Blog Talk Radio.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to Obsidian Radio Live, heard on the Blogtalk Radio Internet Radio Network. I am your host, Mumia Obsidian Ali. It is Wednesday, December 28th, 2016. Welcome to the program. Glad you can make it, and thank you for listening. I appreciate it. You know, I always want to do this, sound like Chuck D or Public Enemy. Once again, back is the incredible. I always want to do that. It's really cool. Anyway, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on the air together again. And I really appreciate you listening in. And before we even get underway, I just want to let everybody know that this episode of Obsidian Radio Live, heard on the Blog Talk Radio Internet Radio Network, is brought courtesy of the generous support of listeners just like you. We accept no ad funding whatsoever in order to do this daily podcast and talk radio show heard here on Blog Talk Radio and on YouTube. I really enjoy doing this on a daily basis. It's, men's issues, radio and podcasting by an everyday brother for everyday brothers. And if you like what it is that I'm doing here on Blog Talk Radio and on YouTube, what the heck are you waiting for? Put 5 on it and become one of the 300 Patreons that I need to stay on the air, getting bigger and better. We got 90 Patreons. Come on, brothers. We can break 100. Let's break at least 100 Patreons before the year is out. Let's at least do that. If we can't break the 210 that I need before the year is out, head on over to my Patreon page right now and sign up. It's only $5 a month, $60 a year to get this unique kind of programming not heard anywhere else on God's green earth or throughout the Gamma Quadrant. www.patreon.com/Mumia Obsidian Ali. One more again, www.patreon.com/Mumia Obsidian Ali. And if you would like to be a private PayPal donor, it could be a one-shot deal, one time, or recurring PayPal donor. Either way, it's up to you. You give whatever you think the show is worth, $5, $5,000, anywhere in between. All you have to do is just shoot me an email first at theobsidianfiles@hotmail or at gmail.com. One more again, theobsidianfiles@hotmail or at gmail.com. I really appreciate that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a heck of a time tonight, because tonight we're going to have a full house of guests that are going to be coming through. It's going to be one of the infamous roundtable conversations that I like to have here at Obsidian Radio. You know, I don't know how much other people really appreciate what it is that's going on here at Obsidian Radio. It's really special. I mean, it's not often that everyday brothers get a chance to have a forum of their own and to discuss the issues that are important to them. Usually what ends up happening in the I guess you could say mainstream media, what I refer to as the cathedral media, and on the black side of things, in the Negro sphere media and in the Black Vagina Vision sections of Black American media, you tend to have black men who are heavily vetted. They're major newsmakers and entertainers and performers, athletes, politicians, and the like. I don't have a problem with that in and of itself, but it's really nice to be able to have a media outlet and venue and forum for everyday brothers to just get together and chop it up. This is my version of a barbershop without the barbers, so to speak, in virtual format, and I think that's really important and a really good thing. And I just wonder sometimes if everybody out there is really cognizant of just how special and precious something like this truly is. I have a ball doing this. You have no idea. It's funny. My lady friend said the last time me and Donovan and Alan got together last month, she said you guys were having way too much fun. And I suspect that's going to be true tonight because Donovan Sharp and Alan Roger Curry of Mode One fame, they're both going to be back tonight, along with Hardcore Tito. He's going to be back in the building. And we're going to be joined also by Professor T. Hassan Johnson out of Cal State at Fresno. He's going to be joining us as well. We're going to be talking about the latest from Denzel Washington, the film adaptation of the late, great black playwright August Wilson's Fences. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about a whole lot of things tonight. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So you want to join in right now because things are going to be heating up really quickly. 563-999-3744. One more again, write it down. You're going to need it. The all new Obsidian Radio call-in number is 563-999-3744. Please don't forget to hit the number 1 on your keypad to let me know that you want to go live on the air with yours truly and our round table of guests, Hardcore Tito, Alan Roger Curry, Donovan Sharp, and Professor T. Hassan Johnson. Let me see who's on the line right now. Pick up on this. Let me see. Area code 443. You are now on the air, Obsidian Radio Live.
Hey, yo, Obsidian, it's Kofi, man. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, what's going on, Kofi? How you feeling?
Pretty good, man. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great. What's on your mind while we wait for our guest to get in here? We'll do a little bit open phones, open forum. What's on your mind?
I'm just chilling right now, man. I'm going to just chill right now, man. I'm going to wait till everybody gets on, man.
Okay, great. Excellent. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me go over here. Make sure everything is up. Okay. Let me see who's on the line here. Area code 347. You are now on the air, Obsidian Radio Live. Area code 347. You're on the air. Okay. Area code 347 doesn't want to be on the air. All right. Let me go over to area code 623. Area code 623. You are now on the air, Obsidian Radio Live.
Hello, Mr. Obsidian and everybody on the table. Long-time listener. I'm just chilling, waiting for the show to start.
Yes, sir. It has started. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Name's Cozy, out from Texas.
Cozy from Texas. Is that with a C or a K?
That's a K.
Hey, gotcha. From the Lone Star State of Texas. How's everything going out there, brother?
Going good, man. Keeping my head low, though, so I don't get out much.
Good.
Staying quiet, trying to get by, man.
I'm glad you said that because one of the things I want to discuss with the brothers when they all get assembled here is something that's right in line with what you just got finished saying about, keeping a low profile and keeping things stable and quiet. I'm going to be talking about that because there's a lady who argues that men are boring and they need somebody to shake them up out of their rut and all the rest of it. And I wanted to get your response to that. So just stay tuned. We're going to be talking about that real soon. You're going to like this. You'll have something to say later on. So Stay tuned. Thanks a lot. Stay where you are. I'm going to put you back on hold. Okay, area code 337. Area code 337. You are now on the air. Obsidian Radio Live. Area code 337. You are on the air. Area code 337. Okay, area code 337 doesn't want to get on the air. All right, so I'm waiting for my guests to all call in. So while I'm doing that, I guess I just talk some shit. So, all right. So what's been going on? You know, I was looking, before I got on the air tonight, I was listening to one of these YouTube personalities. Her name is Chrissy. I refer to her as Miss Chrissy. And she's talking about the actor Lance Gross, who is a dark-skinned man, black man. And he's posing for a Christmas picture, and he's posing with his buddies, and they all have their significant others or wives with them in the picture. And they all are very fair-skinned or racially ambiguous, Latina perhaps, maybe even white. And then you got this one dark-skinned sister sitting off to the side by herself. And Chrissy was fit to be tied by that photo. She goes on and on and on. Oh, colorism strikes again. Oh, you know, and all the rest of it. Despite the fact that the sister in the picture, you know, gave the background and the context on what was going on there, that still wasn't good enough for Chrissy. She had to go on and on and on about what this represented and the message it sends and, you know, all this nonsense. And I just shook my head, man. I'm just like, really? You know, I mean, talk about a first world problem. I mean, you know, it just really gets out of hand here. And I talked about that on my podcast show earlier today, that same colorism issue, if you will, with the Fences movie. Denzel Washington is now under siege by what I refer to as the blackboard female hive mind for daring to have an alternative explanation for why darker-skinned actresses may not be getting roles. He argues that it may not be racism or colorism or white supremacy as much as it may be simply not being good enough, not being prepared, etc. And so he's become public enemy number one insofar as the blackboard female hive mind is concerned. I did a podcast on that earlier on my YouTube channel. What do you think of that? Then there was the situation with the so-called girl who swirls, one Crystalline Carrison. I read yesterday an email that I received from one of my female listeners. I read that email, and it was a pretty significant email. But in the comments section, one of my listeners posted up public information on Carrison's hubby, presumably where he worked and all the rest of it. That set her off, and she hasn't been the same ever since. You know, it kind of reminds me of that scene from The Dark Knight toward the very end where the Batman catches the Joker and has him hanging upside down high up on a building. And the Joker says, you know, insanity is like gravity. All you got to do is just give it a little push. And I think that might have happened with my podcast yesterday on Carrison. It might have just pushed her over the edge. We'll see. In the meantime, what I've done since she went on the air and did her little parody about yours truly, and then did an additional few podcast or videos about me, I said, okay, I challenge you to a debate. And she actually responded by saying she would debate me if I donated $500 to her. I said, you got to be kidding me. And you're going to do it for free. And of course, she backed out, which caused me to give her the new moniker I now dub the Crystalline Denise Russell Carrison, Crystalline the Coward. That she will be known henceforth in all my podcasts, writings, and other media, as well as right here, Obsidian Radio, heard on the Blog Talk Radio, Internet Radio Network. Crystalline Denise Russell Carrison, the so-called girl who swirls, will also be known as Crystalline the Coward, Crystalline the Court Jester, Crystalline the Clown Car Driver. That's what she will be known as. Be a clown, be a clown, be a clown. Henceforth, she will be recognized as universally Crystalline the Clown, Crystalline the Coward, and Crystalline the Court Jester. I have to prepare. I have to get with a graphics guy and get a special graphic made. So every time I address her, I can use this graphic when I'm doing my podcast. You know, like superimpose her face on a court jester or a Joker card or something like that. I got to do something like that. See if I could get somebody to do that work. Anyway, let me know what you think about today's podcast show. What do you think about the film Fences? Do you believe that Viola Davis, who is an immensely talented actress, has won an Emmy? She more than likely will be up for an Oscar in her role in Fences. Do you think that she still should be complaining about colorism in light of all of her success? Do you believe that the black women who complain about colorism, do you think that Denzel Washington is on to something when he says that they have to prepare themselves? What do you think? 563-999-3744. One more again, 563-999-3744. Stand by. Donovan Sharp is texting me, and he says the line is full. So let me ask him his area code. Let me check my phone and see if. Hold on a second. One moment, everybody, while I look up. Now I've gotten 8 calls in. Let me see if I can call him, and we'll do it like that. So hang on a second.
Hello?
Okay. Donovan, are you there?
Hello? Yeah, I can. Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, he muted me.
Donovan, are you there? Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello. Donovan, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm not getting any responses here. And I'm waiting for everybody else to call in, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. Okay, that line was dropped. So let me try it again. One more again. Trying to get everybody on the line here, so everybody bear with me, please. In the meantime, let me get somebody else on the line here. Area code 832. You are on the air.
Hello?
Obsidian Radio Live. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up? Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, it looks like I was having trouble with my Bluetooth headset. But
okay. I'm having some
but
trouble
yeah,
here.
but I mean. Oh, okay. So, like, what's going on with it? Hello? Dude. Can you hear me? Hello?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Hello? Hello?
Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me now? Hello.
Obsidian, I can hear you.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm gonna have to call back Donovan because I don't think he heard me. So let me try it one more.
It's weird because Donovan, when you go out, Donovan comes in. When
Right.
Donovan goes out, you come in. It's real weird.
Right. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna try this one more time and see what happens.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 775200443 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording.
Okay. I'm gonna try him. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try him again. Let me text Donovan and let him know what's going on. Okay, everybody, I'm going to be calling him back one more again. And here we go. 832, can you still hear me? 832, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you, Obsidian.
All right, good. Stay with me because I need you to be my audio test guinea pig. Just stay with me.
Hello?
All right, Donovan.
Hello? Yeah, can you hear me?
All right, yes. Yes,
All right.
I can hear you.
There we
Ladies and
go.
gentlemen, we got Donovan Sharp. He is in the building, so we got him on the line. All right, now we got to get everybody else in here. All right, so
Okay.
832. What's your name? Where you calling from, brother?
What's up, Obsidian? This is Alvin, man. I was just calling in to listen to you guys. This is Alvin from Houston.
Okay, excellent. Houston, very good. All right, so I'm going to put you back on hold, Alvin. Thank you so much. Just stay where you are. When you want to jump in, you know what to do. Just hit the number 1 on your pad.
All right.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to go to area code 347, see if I can get Hardcore Tito in here. Area code 347, are you there? Area code 347, you are on the air. Area code 347, hello. Okay, they ain't there. Let me go to, what's going on, Donovan? How you feeling, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm out here. I'm actually in Cherry Hill,
okay.
which is just over the Ben Franklin Bridge.
Yep.
Like I said, back in town to see some friends and family, and I'll actually be back on the West Coast tomorrow night. My flight leaves tomorrow night, and I'll be back on the West Coast tomorrow. But I'm I'm on the East Coast for some holiday cheer, getting a few gifts, seeing a few people.
Good, very good, very good. We had a heck of a time last time you was here. So it was funny.
We did.
My lady friend was like, y'all guys were having way too much fun, me, you, and Alan. So I'm waiting for Alan to come in, and I'm waiting for Hardcore Tito to join us. So while we do that, let me just rifle through these lines here. Area code 708, you are on the air. Area code 708. Hello. You on the air, brother. What's your name? Where you calling from? You sound like he's having a bit of a hard time there, Donovan. 708, you on the air?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, 708's not ready there. He sound like he was having a rough and tumble time there. Area code 804. Area code 804. You are on the air. Area
we
code
gotta come in
804. Okay, area code 804. He ain't there. Area code 917. Area code 917. You are on the air.
Yes, sir. This is James. I am kind of new to the show, just listening.
Hey, what's going on, James? Welcome aboard. It's always nice to get a new caller. How you doing, brother?
I'm pretty good, man. I like your perspective on so many issues.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, consider being a Patreon too, man. I can use your support.
All right, definitely.
Thank you so much. I'm going to put you back on hold. I just want to know who's on the line. And if you want to get back in, all you got to do is hit the number 1 on your keypad. Thank you so much. All right, I'm waiting for the other fellas to join in, Donovan. But while we wait for them to join in, we'll go ahead and start everything off. So what's going on with you in the podcast, man? How's everything been going?
Podcast is going great. I just released episode 10 yesterday. So I've got a total of 14 episodes, actually 15 episodes so far. I've got the 10 regular weekly episodes. I've got 4 sharp shorts, which are bite-sized podcasts, and of course there's the introductory podcast that I recorded first of all. But I am now on I'm now on YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel, and I'm getting a lot. I'm getting a lot of listens. I've been on the YouTube channel probably for I don't know, maybe a little less than a week, and I've got almost 100 subscribers. The numbers are fairly modest, but you got to start somewhere, and
right.
And so things are going great. I'm still writing for Return of Kings. Things are going very, very well over there. So yeah, things are starting to come together.
Good, very good, very good. And I'm glad to know that you're still holding forth over at Return of Kings. How's Roosh been doing?
Oh yeah. Roosh is good, man. He's just he's just kind of running the site, and he just released that earlier this year. He released his latest publication called "Freedom Isn't Free," or "Free Speech Isn't Free," which is a great read. I actually read it last week, and I would strongly encourage your readers and listeners to definitely go and check that out, because it lets people know, men in particular, that it's called free speech, but anytime you exercise the right of free speech, obviously guaranteed by the First Amendment, there are costs. Everyone knows who Roosh is. He's probably one of the most infamous people in the world, and on the internet as well, for that matter. And he's exercising his free speech, but he lets everyone know, hey, it's great that we have these platforms to talk, but it certainly comes at a cost. I don't know if you remember this, but back in February we tried to organize a worldwide meetup. We had different people we were in 143 countries, and we were all going to have separate meetups. Just, men get together, talk about masculine topics, the state of man, issues that apply to us as man, I guess, through the lens of the red pill. And of course, the world lost their minds. There were threats of violence. There were all sorts of, we got negative press, negative media, and Roosh decided to pull the plug because he didn't want to put his readers and his listeners at risk. He didn't want to put anyone in danger, so he did the right thing and pulled the plug. Well, again, that was the cost of free speech. And, whether we like it or not, what we do, Obsidian, it's unpopular. People, men and women, especially women, they don't want this kind of narrative to be out there. And so while we have the right to voice our opinions and talk about things like this, at some point it does come at a cost. It does take its toll, and that's what Roosh's publication was about.
Yeah, I agree with his stance. Much of that book was written, at least in part, based on that worldwide get together, and the attempts on various countries to shut it down. What he went through in Canada, and him getting attacked and assaulted, and all the rest of it. It was really bad, and it does just go to show you that politically incorrect speech is something that can really get you in a lot of trouble. I tell a lot of my listeners here, I tell a lot of people, I have listeners, and I tell them that, my listeners tell me that they listen to the show and they like the show, but they can't listen to it on the job, or they can't let it be known that they like listening, because if they do, they're in danger of losing their job, they're in danger of losing their marriage or relationship, they're in danger of being disowned from their family, all kind of crazy stuff.
Sure, absolutely. I'll actually tell you a quick story. Right around the beginning of this year, before I moved, a friend of mine knew a buddy who had a job. It was a typical office job, and there were these two girls that he was talking to. It was nothing overtly sexual or anything like that, but they would send emails back and forth. It was completely innocuous. Nothing was wrong with it. Just different links to this or that or the other. Well, he sent, I think, a picture of a dude wearing a shirt that said "No hymen, no diamond." All right. So in other words, we're not going to wipe up sluts. That's basically what it said. Well, he said something, I guess, that pissed off one of the girls months and months ago, and she waited until she had the opportunity to have something on him. She sent that picture to Human Resources, and he also had sent a couple of Return of Kings articles as well, and they fired him. They fired him simply for having the content. And he says that he specifically remembers the Human Resources lady saying, I guess within earshot of him, I just couldn't believe the kinds of things that they were talking about on this site. So this guy literally lost his job because the Human Resources cow, heifer, whatever the case may be, didn't agree with what the website, The Return of Kings, was talking about. So because we're not glorifying the vagina, because we're not worshiping the pussy, and because we're keeping it real, we're keeping it 100 over there, she decided that was offensive and that he had to go. And that's just all there was to it. And listen, this goes to exactly what you just said. If you are a purveyor of this kind of thing, if you are found to have been looking at this or reading this stuff, and you're in mainstream media or you have a job, you can and will be fired, like without question.
Donovan, stay right there. I want to see if I can pick up Hardcore Tito. Hardcore Tito, are you on the line? Hardcore Tito, are you there? Hello. Okay, his line keeps getting dropped for some reason. I don't know why. He's calling in and he's having a hard time getting through. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know what's
maybe there's a feminist. Maybe there's a feminist who's on the line blocking him from coming through. Who knows? You never know.
Okay, I'm going to email him right now. Stand by. I just got finished emailing him. Let's see what's going on here.
How was your Christmas, by the way?
Pardon?
Yeah, how was your Christmas, by the way?
Excellent. All right, that's Hardcore Tito again. Let me see if I can get him on the line here. Hardcore Tito,
okay.
Are you there? Tito, are you there? He keeps getting dropped. I don't know why his line keeps getting dropped. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the hell's going on. This is tough. Having problems here. Let me see if I can pick up this.
It happens.
Area code 914. area code 914, you are now on the air, Obsidian Radio Live. Area code 914, are you there? Area code 914. 914 is not there.
I'm just listening.
There's another 914. Area code 914. You are now on the air, Obsidian Radio Live.
Yeah, this is Nagone 11. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Nagone? How you feeling, brother?
Doing real good, man. Is Hardcore Tito there?
I'm waiting for him to get in, man. I'm hoping that he can call in. His line keeps getting dropped. I don't know why. So I'm hoping he can call in. There he is right now. Let me see if I can try to bring him in right now. Area code 708. Area code 708. You are now on the air.
Yeah, this is me right here. Hardcore Tito.
All right. Finally, you made it.
All right, the game's all here.
I was trying to call you at the same time you tried to call me.
From Windy City, he's here. Hardcore Tito. All right. So we got Hardcore Tito in the building. We got Donovan Sharp in the building. We got Nagone 11 in the building. Everything is forming up here. So now we got to get the other brothers in here. We got to get the professor, and we got to get Alan Roger Curry. We're waiting for them to call in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Alan Rogers, my boy, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And while we wait for him to call in, Hardcore Tito, how was your Christmas holiday, brother?
Wait, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
How was your Christmas holiday?
It was great. It was great. I don't really celebrate it, but it was great. I worked most of the time through anyway.
Oh, okay, good. It's always good to make some extra money on or during the holidays. That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, while we wait for everybody else to join in, go ahead.
I would like to add a name to a moniker to that list for Crystal and Karis. How about Crystal and the Con Man? Because she's selling a statistical anomaly. She's selling a statistical anomaly as being easily attainable.
Well, yeah.
Really? Wait, hold on. I want to know a little bit more about that. Wait, hold on. Who's selling a statistical anomaly as being? Yeah. What's going on with that? That sounds like some feminine hamstering there. What's going on with that?
No. When I say she's selling a statistical anomaly, in other words, I mean that whether you go by the U.S. Census Bureau statistics or if you just go by the eye test, there are just not very many black women that are with non-black men. But she's selling it like it's something easily attainable. And I think the last time I checked, only like 1 in 500 of them is in one of these relationships. So a person that opened a basketball camp, and hired a few former pros and said, hey, I can get your kid at the college if you send him to my camp, they will actually have more credibility than her because they could probably get at least 1 in 100 of those kids into a Division 1, 2, or 3 NCAA program.
So what she's trying to say is that it is that black women get into relationships with non-black men, or more specifically, white men, on the regular. That's what she's trying. That's what she's trying to sell. So basically, she's trying to say that
No, she's trying to sell it as being easily attainable if you just do this or just do that. I mean, remember Tommy Boo, the real estate guy? He has more goddamn credibility than her.
Yep.
Listen, that's not easily attainable, and I think all of us here at this round table, we know well. It's not easily attainable for black women to even lock down black men these days. So what the fuck is she? So what the hell? What on God's green earth makes her think that black women getting with a non-white man or getting with a man who's white or a non-black male is easily attainable if she can't even lock us down?
Right on the head.
Yeah, Crystal and the Con Man. Crystal and the huckster, Crystal and the snake oil salesman.
That's ridiculous, man.
it sells books. I mean, it sells. It's almost like Derek Jackson out there, who we all know, talking about,
right.
hey, you big fat, kind of sloppy black women out here, y'all are winning. Y'all got it. Y'all are on. That's not really the case either. Water seeks its own level, but they telling you this is what you can have as well. I mean, she's selling for the swirling side. She's selling that dream, and that dream didn't really work all that well. That's what so Big Cow kind of grew out of that, and that's been floundering, looking highly ridiculous. So Tito, I gotta say this about you, bro. Man, you've been hammering it lovely. And I will say this too. You've been right on the money as far as the gender war is concerned. We hit real hard up in there. We hit that real hard. We put a lot of these folks on notice, and they scrambling. They're scrambling about that. And I kind of like to see other brothers kind of respond to how they see that as well.
Hey, well, I got another banger that's uploading right now, man. That's a death blow for pro-black simps. There's no way they're going to be able to refute it. When you hear it, you'll know it. Be up right now.
Oh, hey, listen, man, I gotta find out what the hell is going on with this. So, what's going on with this gender? Like who's commenting on the gender war? Because if there's a gender war going, well, obviously we all know there's a gender war. It's a man's world. I mean, we're fucking winning. That's all there is to it. Look, feminism has told females that it's okay to be a slut, but deep down inside, they know it's not really okay. This is why when women tell you or they decide to volunteer that information in terms of how many men they slept with, oh yeah, I slept with 10 men, when that number is probably closer to maybe 310. They wouldn't lie about it if they thought it was really okay. Otherwise, they'd be like, yeah, I fucked 500 guys, yeah, I fucked 150 guys. No, they tell us too, because they know it's fucked up.
Not helping them.
Oh, well, it's kind of easy to find out if a woman is a slut or not. That's easy.
Oh, yeah, look, man. I mean, you can have a 5-minute conversation with a woman, and you can tell she's a slut easily. I mean, there are all kinds of slut girls out there.
Yeah. Then you got, slut notoriety. I mean, if you go from one end of the town to the other, and everybody recognizes and is running up to her, giving her a hug, she's a hoe. Unless she's like a personality in that town, she's a slut.
So let me just jump in here and get everybody up to speed. Donovan, we're talking about a sister on YouTube, and she's made an entire business model. Is what I refer to as the black men ain't shit business model. And what she's done in her career, what she's done is she's out there saying that black women need to open their horizons for dating and mating because there ain't enough black men to get around and all that nonsense.
God.
The horizons have been open for 500 years. The horizons have been open for 500 years.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, she's telling black women that they need to open their horizons. I agree with you, bitch. The horizon has been open, but here's the problem. Black women are at the bottom of the sexual food chain. The only dudes wanting to fuck black women are black men, and most of us are checking out. So what the hell? So just because you open your horizon doesn't mean that non-black men are just going to walk in. Like what is this? She's got to be on something, man.
Well, that's what Donovan is saying. That's exactly what Hardcore Tito, that's exactly what Tito's been saying. The same thing you've been saying, Donovan. But in any event, her and I have been, kind of having a tag over the years. And yesterday I dropped a serious podcast, and that really drove her over the cliff.
Ooh, man.
And so what I did was I issued a challenge to a debate with her, and she refused to debate me, so I referred to her.
Oh, of course she did.
I call her Crystal in the Coward, Crystal in the Clown, Crystal in the Court Jester.
Hold on. What does she look like anyway?
She doesn't want to have a debate. No con man will come in public and debate you about the wrong con that they're trying to do. They're not gonna. They want to hide it. or they want to say, oh, come on, why are you trying to interrupt my camera? They don't want to debate you. They don't want to sit there and have an open presentation when they know that they committing a crime.
No way.
Exactly.
No way to.
People never want to debate meritless points. That's all it is, too. She knows she's wrong. That's why she didn't want to debate.
No, I'm going to say this, too. Now, Crystal and all them twirling chicks, they've been on Obsidian's channel. They've been watching that for a while. And they've all said they've been quiet. They haven't been saying a lot, but they've watched that heavy. They know my man's debating abilities and his skill sets. They ain't fucking with that. They're not coming there to fuck with. It ain't going to happen. They're not going to come in there because he will tear them out the frame. And that shit will be embarrassing.
Yeah.
And they're not going to come in there. They ain't going to come in like that. Believe me.
Yeah, that's bad for the brand. They can't be seen like that.
And you know what? You know what I would love to do? You know what I would love to do? I would love to do a kind of mashup of WWE and UFC style debate. Me and Hardcore Tito versus Crystal and Carrison and Brooklyn Blue. And we just tag team the shit out.
Oh my God! That would be bloody. But let me tell you something. All of their whole game, that shit would disappear like the VCR, dog. That shit would be over. that shit would be over. It would be a wrap. They ain't trying to go out like that. All right.
Nah, and they know it. That's why they don't want to come on. I mean, come on. I'm not trying. Listen, man. Look, this is what I mean. Listen, man. Look, it's almost like the prize fighter, right? Like his manager doesn't want to fight somebody who he knows can kick his ass. No, he's gonna stay out that ring. She knows she's gonna get that ass kicked, so she's staying out that ring.
Nah, they ain't getting in there. They ain't getting in there, man. They ain't fucking with that. They ain't getting in there. Ain't gonna happen.
Nope.
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Nope. And quite frankly, for them, I think, I hate to say it here, I think it'd be very bad business for them to do that. I hate to say it, but I think it wouldn't be good business for them.
What's this girl's name anyway? I'm trying to see what this chick looks like.
You know, for Crystal and Carrison, it's against her interest financially to try to debate anybody because you would have to believe that a certain amount of these bitches are going to walk away after they hear her destroyed.
Absolutely. Nah, they ain't coming in there. They ain't coming in there to take that ass whipping. No, oh, hell no. Hell to the no. Oh, hell to the no.
I mean, I'll play a role game. I'll go on her channel and do a hangout with her. But I know she ain't going to do that. I'll put the great jerseys on and play.
She ain't looking. Yeah, she don't want them problems, man. She don't want them problems.
They don't want no part you, brother. They fearing. Nope. They don't want no part you. They don't want you. Are you kidding me? Y'all coming in dropping shit on me? What? Oh, come on, man. Y'all be coming off the top rope, man, like fucking Dusty Rhodes, man, dropping a funky elbow on their head.
Taking it old school. Hey, coming up out of him like Tito Santana.
Man,
Junkyard Dog style.
Nah, man. They don't want no parts of that shit. Obsidian knows it. He knows. They ain't trying to fuck with it like that. Because their game is over. Like I said, they would disappear like the VCR, man. It'd be over. It'd be a wrap. And why have your shit get torn out of frame like that? They have no real platform to stand on. They really don't. I mean, you got to look at it. But you really don't. You know, brothers been tearing them out of the frame for the last year. I've seen all their arguments just get broken down. David Carroll and all these other brothers out here just destroying these fucking bitches. Pardon my expression. I don't mean bitches, but you y'all know what I'm saying.
No, bro. You got it right. No. You got it right. It's bitches.
Hey, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. If you went on my catalog of my latest videos, that's all I'm doing to end this year off right. Is taking apart every single bullshit talking point, and I'm not done.
Nah, man. Brothers will do
work on that. We'll get those videos in before the year is over.
That's the thing, though. It's like the women that listen to this stuff. It's funny because they think they don't believe it. All right, they don't believe it any more than any of us do, but they want the world to think that they believe it. Just like Derek Jackson. These bitches know Derek Jackson's full of shit. And check this out. I'll bet anyone dollars to fucking donuts Derek Jackson is fucking a white girl. You kidding me? That man, that nigga's up to his eyeballs in white girls.
His
They
baby
on
mama
him.
is
Ain't he
black.
supposed to have a baby with a Mexican or some
Yeah.
shit?
No. His baby mama is black.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they
okay.
a light-skinned black chick. She a light-skinned black chick.
Yeah, but his baby mama is black.
Okay. I got you. Okay.
Wait, hold up. Is she black? Like, is she black or is she mixed?
Well, she's
Well,
like,
you know,
Like,
you
is she
can't
red
be with
bone?
nobody light skinned either. You can't be with nobody light skinned either by most of these bitch standards, because then you looking
That's
at
right.
you admire Eurocentric beauty standard.
That's right. That's right. The only way that you can be all right in their eyes is if you with Grace Jones circa 1983. That's
Oh, shit. God damn, Grace Jones.
Right on.
I'm serious. Don't do it to him.
Right on the money. Right on the money. Damn.
Anything less than that, and you're
Better yet, Nell Carter, circa 1980.
Oh, no. He didn't pick up Nell Carter. Oh, hell no. Hey, man, at least Grace Jones was skinny. Shit, she was.
You know what? The only way you could do that is if you're with a Tyler Perry era Jill Scott with a Grace Jones.
Oh, my God.
Then you'll be all right. Then you'll be
Oh, my
okay.
God.
Then you're considered a real black man. But anything less than that,
Right.
you ain't a real black man. You know?
Yep.
That's what that is.
How about some Grace Jones? Grace Jones' fame was better than mine back in the 90s. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah, it was tight.
More of a man than I was.
She. I think that's who Nino Brown stole that shit from. Real talk.
That's a fact.
Nino Brown, Nino Brown and Tim Brown, because he had the same haircut at Notre Dame. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
So that's what that's all about. That's the only way you can mollify these people is if you're with somebody that's black as the ace of spades and it's not conventionally attractive at all. That's the only way you're considered legitimate if you're a black man. But if you're a black man and you choose any woman that ain't that, if she's brown skinned and she matches the brown paper bag, you're in big trouble, brother.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Hey, you know what? I guess I'm just gonna have to be in trouble then. God damn it.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yo, Obsidian, I want to say this, man. Yo, you hit fucking homegirl between the eyes. You see that stupid ass video she did with that ridiculous looking coupe and I acted all stupid and shit on? That video was some of the most ridiculous fucking retarded shit I'd ever seen. I said, this bitch is having a breakdown up in here. I said, damn,
she having a slow moving. She's having a slow moving nervous breakdown. That's also schizophrenia type shit, man.
Did you see that bullshit? Did y'all see that bullshit? Couldn't believe it. I was like, what? I was like,
oh man.
Yo, I said, this dude, he done hit this bro too fucking hard, man. I said, I'm just sitting there. Yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. No, he hit it too hard. She's never.
Let me bring in Professor T. Hassan Johnson. T. Hassan Johnson, are you there?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, brother? Merry Christmas
good.
to you. How was the holiday?
All is well, man. All is well. I hope everything is good with you brothers.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined by Professor T. Hassan Johnson, Professor of Africana and Black Masculinity Studies at California State University at Fresno. Pardon all the sirens you hear in the background. You know, park apes don't know how to act. Anyway, we got Donovan Sharp on the line. We got Zone 11 on the line, and we got Hardcore Tito on the line. So we're just waiting now for Alan Roger Curry to join in, and it'll be a heck of a time when he does. But in the meantime,
that's what we are.
We're talking about the Black YouTube Gender War Part 2, and in particular, my tete-a-tete with the so-called girl who swirls, also known as Crystalline the Coward, one Crystalline Carrison of Beyond Black and White fame. We're talking about that podcast that I did in that regard. I don't know if you heard those podcasts I did yesterday and today, Professor Johnson, but they really seem to have sent Carrison over the edge. and we're talking about. I mean, she sent all her flying monkeys over to my channel, and
Flying monkeys.
I spent the better part of yesterday evening, just deleting all of her flying monkeys comments. And you know what I was playing in the background? What I was doing it? I was playing the Wizard of Oz flying monkey scene in the background.
Hell yeah!
Click delete.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hell yeah!
Hey, Obsidian.
Oh my God.
Hey, you know a baseball card gonna be worth money. Now you know that, right? Because remember, she was like Rob when Ford played for the Expos.
Yeah, I remember you said that. That had me cracking up. You said you look like my man from the Expos circa 1978. Oh my God.
Oh man.
I might go in the center one of them baby blue jerseys they used to wear, one of them throwbacks. See if she'll shoot me an autograph or something.
Yes.
So, Professor Johnson, maybe we can bring a bit of academic erudition to this discussion. So,
I don't know if I can.
Her argument. Yeah, I have this theory, and you've written about this. We're going to be talking about this when Alan Roger Curry shows up. But you wrote about this recently, and you did a very interesting article on your website about the film Fences. And in the film Fences, you mentioned the TV show Insecure. Issa Rae's TV show.
Yeah.
And very, very interesting because we talked about that recently. And I have a theory I want to run by you. And that theory is that black women have a certain genre of entertainment. And I call that black men ain't shit media. Right?
I think that can be an official title.
It basically revolves around black men who ain't shit. That's to be the lynching.
Yeah, listen. Well, the thing is this: is that black women, the reason why they're on this whole black men ain't shit, I guess, world tour, and they've been on it for a while, is because they're butthurt. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, they're completely. I mean, the thing is this: it's like when you're in a relationship with anybody, and I say this all the time: the opposite of love isn't hate. The opposite of love is indifference. All right. If you dump your girl and she's pissed off, then yeah, she probably still loves you. Probably still wants to be with you. But if you dump her and she's like, all right, nigga, see ya, all right, and she doesn't really care, then you know she's over you. If black women really thought black men weren't shit and didn't give a fuck about us like they say they do, they wouldn't keep talking shit about it. Okay? They wouldn't continue to come out with all of these YouTube videos about it. Listen, 95% of the articles that I write on Return of Kings are about anything but black women. I put it in there, I guess, for a little bit of variety, but I don't give a fuck about them. I really don't. So I don't spend too much time worrying about them. But all they do is talk about what black men need to do, why black men ain't shit, knowing full well that if they got their ideal black man, he'd be on our dick like a fucking $2 one. They all know it.
These are facts. These are facts. Facts. If you out there kissing their asses and everything else like that, you'd be hearing a whole lot of. You'd be hearing a different story from them. But we're not doing it.
Of course.
That's what they're upset about. They are angry, butthurt, and Tito, Marco Tito, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yo, you made one of the most critical statements that I've heard. You said this whole gender war was for the hearts and minds of black men, and that was so fucking on time. That was crazy on time. I thought that was an awesome statement because it was so true, and I believe that that's exactly what it's about. They still want to try to get our hearts and minds. They're still doing that. I saw it when I divorced my ex. And then she was running all kind of games, but she was still down. I wasn't down with her no more. She was running all kind of games. She could not have been over me the way she was operating. So I saw that. I see the same type of mindset with this kid. I see the same type of shit.
Yeah.
So that's what this is about. And I think some real type brothers have features again.
Listen, I agree with you 100%. And if you think about this within the context of like a relationship, black men and black women, we used to date, right? Now at this point we've said, bitch, fuck that, fuck you. Y'all are too fat. I mean, you guys are too fucking masculine. We don't want you anymore. So they tried for years and years to try to get us back. So now what they're doing is they're saying, all right, well, fuck y'all. We're going to go and date white guys. All right? And the reason why they're telling us that they're going to date white guys is because they want us to come running in by, oh, you're going to date white guys? No, well, fuck it, we want you now. Fuck it, let them go. Let them fuck the white boys. The only reason why they're doing that is to get our attention in the first place. Otherwise, why do they have to tell us what the hell they're doing?
That's right.
I've always said that for every white man that takes up with a swirler, he's saving the lives of at least 3 to 5 black men. He is saving.
Oh shit!
From death.
Oh yes, sir.
That's true.
Certain death. Certain death.
I say that, but it's true. It's true.
It's totally true, man.
It's terrible to have to say that, but it's true. It's true. It is.
Hey, look, seriously, listen, we should do a public service. If you see a white dude holding hands with a black girl, walk right up to him and shake his hand. Be like, you know what? I appreciate you. I appreciate that.
You know what? Whenever I see a white man hold hands with a black woman, I want to put on the goddamn World War I uniform and pin a medal on him like I'm General Pershing.
Straight up, hey, he's finna earn that Purple Heart though. I mean, you already know. He's finna earn. He's finna earn that.
Are you talking about that post-human? That post-mortem?
Yeah, the posthumous. Yes, sir. They're getting that. Hey, they're getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom and every goddamn thing. I ain't finna hurt it. You ain't finna get that to me.
I mean, for a black man to be angry because he sees a black woman with a white man is almost like a post office truck breaking down on your block and you get mad because you see the postal service coming to reclaim that motherfucker. That's what it's like.
Oh shit! Hey, but look, check this out. Think about this. We can ask every one of us here. I already know what the answer is. If you seen a black woman holding hands with a black man, would any of us give a shit?
Nope.
No.
Hell no. Hey, but check this out. Let a black girl, right, see a white girl holding hands with a black man. What happens? Man, she's texting all her friends like, bitch, did you see so-and-so and this and that and the other? They get butthurt when they see us holding hands with a white girl. When we see a white dude holding hands with a black girl, shit, more power to you. We got people over here wanting to give them medals for saving lives and shit. That's the difference.
It's funny. Over at my gym, right? I have one of the ladies who does like all the checking, signs people in and all that. All right, she assists us. And, she okay looking, but, she kind of ratchet, 2 kids, different daddies, all this kind of shit, But anyhow, my workout partner, my training partner, who I train with, this dude, he's brother, but he married to a white lady. When this woman found out that my training partner was married to a white woman, when I tell you the look of hate she had on her grill, it's like she wanted to poison this man. I mean, she wanted to poison him. So I said to him, I said, damn, I said, so what? She ratchet as fuck, running around 2 different baby daddy, talking about how, the kids can't see their fathers because they ain't giving no money and all this kind of shit. And I was getting ready to stay out the frame, but my boy was like, quiet, don't say nothing. Leave that alone, bro. Just leave that alone. Let that go. Don't get up in the ass. So I got off the gas and walked off. But here she is, ratchet as fuck, but yet mad at a brother for making another move. And I mean, she's mad and told me one day, like, I don't like no black man seeing no seeing no white women. It's like, and then I'm thinking in my head, what? So he could see you and then get caught up with your crazy bullshit? And shit,
you know what I'm saying?
I was like, these motherfuckers are out of their mind. So you know, I'm just saying, these sisters, when they see you with a white woman, they are fucking hurt. And they're angry.
They lose their fucking minds, man.
And they don't want to admit it. They'll lie to you and say this. That's how they feel. And I've seen it online. I've seen it on the internet with women getting all mad. Well, go to the girl with the nice hair and all that kind of shit like that. They get mad at you about that, but yet they want to sit down and talk about swirling and all this and how we are this and that and the third. They hate you running with these white women. They hate it. They hate it. And, you know, that's just how that is. That's just how that is. And they can deny it. But they're lying when they deny it. They hate.
Of course, listen, they can deny it all they want to. Just be holding hands with a white girl out in public. You can almost feel the hate. I mean, you can feel it. You don't even have to be looking in their direction. You're like, oh yeah, that bitch wants to kill me. I don't even have to see what the hell she's talking about.
Brothers, let me bring in area code 404. Area code 404. You are now
the ATL.
Radio Live.
Hey, how you doing, gentlemen?
Atlanta.
Hey, what's going
on? Doing good, man. Where you at? Hey, where you at in Atlanta, man? You're 404. You in Atlanta?
Yes, sir. Augusta now, but I kept my same phone.
Okay.
Man,
I've been down in Atlanta for years, man. So yeah.
It's a crazy
I didn't know you lived in hot Atlanta, Donovan.
Oh yes, sir. I lived there twice. Man.
Oh man.
Yep.
We dropped Hardcore Tito's line dropped, so we got to get him back on. Hardcore Tito.
Oh, we definitely got to get him back.
Call him back. Yeah. Call back in, man. Call back in.
And he going?
Go ahead, brother. What's on your mind? We got the professor, we got Donovan, and we got Nagone 11 on the line. So go on ahead, brother.
It's the same way in Atlanta. Same way in South Carolina, same way in Florida. Those are the places where I go a lot when I do a lot of courier type stuff. Black women act like monsters, but they get mad at you when somebody pays attention to you.
Bruh, listen, man. I lived in Atlanta twice for a total of about a year and a half. And hey, look, I don't know how many of you guys have ever been to Atlanta, but listen, man, like this dude is not kidding. If they see you even looking in a white girl, I mean, it's unbelievable, man. Like the hate is real. That's why, and I've written about this on the Return of Kings, and I've talked about it on the sharkreality.com. Bruh, the hate is real. That's why I had to get the fuck up out of there. I tried living there twice. I lived there once after I got separated from my ex-wife, who's not my ex-wife. I tried living there again after I went through some bullshit with a woman. This was years ago. 6 months later, I had to get the hell up out of there, man.
I can see that.
Wow.
Straight up.
They use the cops as bulldogs.
I want to get
pit bulls, nigga.
I want to get the professor's view of all this. Professor, what do you make of this gender situation? You've written about this a little bit in your article, and you touched on it. You argue that the Fences movie, the period that it covers, which is 1950 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you argue that period is a foreshadowing to what we're seeing today. Could you elaborate a bit on that? Professor, are you there? Hello.
Is
the professor there?
Is he gone? Because there's a lot of noise in the background.
Yeah. His call dropped, so I'm hoping that he'll call back. His call got dropped. Wow. So anyway, while we're waiting for them to call back in, we still got Donovan Sharp and Nagone 11 on the line, and we got my man from Georgia, the 404 area code. So we'll just pick up where we left off. Your name is Roger, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I check out your show all the time.
Oh, thank you, man. And let me ask you a question. How did you find out about Obsidian Radio?
I kept on hearing all the guys with that fake commission. They used to all be on your all being admiring you at one time, and I heard them. Everybody was telling me about you on different shows, like Angry Man and everybody. And then I found out that it was a show that was actually going through something, but with a smart approach.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad that you're here. I don't want to throw no shade on nobody else. You make up your own mind as to who you want to listen to or who don't want to listen to. That's your business. I'm just glad that you're here. And we do try to have a inclusive venue for all brothers to have their voices heard. And I don't make any apologies for the type of things I like to talk about. All right, we got a lot of noise.
Yeah, somebody's got a lot of background there.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to take care of that. You have to mute their line.
Somebody's got a lot
you're going to have to mute your line. All right, there you go. That's better. All right. So while we wait for Hardcore Tito, while we wait for Hardcore Tito, okay.
I like the way that you
Whoa, what is that?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Roger.
I like the way that you when people start taking sides, when you got a friend, you stick with them. You don't get caught up in that kind of that crazy stuff.
Yeah, I can dig it.
That's the way I am too.
Comes in with a pretty
I'm
balanced
the same
approach.
way. I ain't no fair weather friend, man. I don't get down like that.
Me neither. I respect that.
For sure. Yeah, he comes with a balance. And Mamiya, I gotta say, that black female Borg hive mind talking about that piece on that Denzel piece, that was pretty live today also. That was real nice.
Do tell, brother.
That was live.
I think we got Hardcore Tito back. Hardcore Tito, is that you? Hardcore Tito, 708. 708 area code. Is that you? Hello. 708 area code. Okay. I don't think that's...
Hey, Roger, let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was going to ask Roger how long you've lived in Georgia.
I didn't hear the first part. Can you say that?
Yeah, I wanted to know how long you've. No, that's all right. I want to know how long you've lived in Georgia.
Oh, 9 years. 9 years off and on.
Okay.
My mom had got sick, and I came down to kind of be nearby.
Where are you originally from?
Oh, Philadelphia, Crazyville.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Now, what are some of the differences? Like, do you see a difference in the black women, like northern black women to southern black women? Because that's always something, because this is something go ahead.
The northern ones, you gotta work to get near them for about 2 or 3 days before you get a hold of them. In Georgia, they put on the front, and you could be at their house and in their bed in the same day.
Oh, okay. That actually sounds to me, and one thing that I've always maintained, and this is interesting what Roger's talking about, is that extremely attractive women like the 9s and the 10s of the world, they're really easy to talk to. Like, you can talk to them, have good conversation, you can get their number, but they're hard to take to bed because they know their value. They know that they look good, and they know they can make you wait a little longer. 6s and 7s, and just generally, unattractive women, sometimes even 5s, they make it very, very hard for you to spit game at them. They'll play games when you ask for their phone number. they'll shit test you a little bit more. But if you pass those shit tests, their panties fall off almost involuntarily. So I would say, I guess, sort of that's just the way it is. But the reason why is because 6s and 7s want you to think that they have other options. Like, they want you to think they're fucking right. They want you to think that they're a higher value than they are. They want you to think that they're 9s or 10s. When in actuality, if you're a man with game, you know if a girl is unattractive or not. You use the eyeball test. Fuck statistics. So it sounds to me like what Roger is saying is that the girls, black women up north, it's a little harder to get close to them. It takes a few days, to sort of close the deal. Whereas black women down south, they act all, they're talking out of the side of their neck. But guess what? An hour and a half later, you're hitting it from the back.
Yep.
What I found is that black women in Black America, black women who are on the bubble, we call it being on the bubble. So that's a chick that's a 4, 5, 6. She's on the bubble. Those are the ones that got the highest self-esteem. They're the 4s thinking that they're 9s. Hence the term 49ers. They're 4s thinking they're 9s.
I like that too. Yeah, I like that too, for sure.
There's it's funny, man. There's a type of woman that me and my buddies call Dan girls, right? It's like from afar you look at them, you're like, damn, like she looks good, but when she gets up close, you're like, damn, that bitch is ugly as fuck. We call them Dan girls.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, straight up Dan girl. Yeah.
Professor, are you there? Professor, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
I heard somebody say something.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you guys hear me? This is Dr. Johnson.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I had a real bad connection. I'm trying to get back in. Sorry about that.
Okay, what happened to Mamiya? Is he there?
Obsidian, is he there?
I don't hear him at
all.
all.
You might have seen a damn girl. Like, you might have seen a damn girl across the street. He's got to get that confirmation right quick. We can wait on him.
Yeah, one thing I found in New York, it's funny. You can always see a girl who's from the South, and she's going to appear recent because if you walk up and talk to her, she's more willing to talk. A lot of girls here in the city, they've got that. I say, they have those layers. They got that first or that first screen. So that first screen is to be mean mugging and be hard. And if you say what's up, they're not trying to be too receptive. Even though they want the attention, they're not trying to be too receptive. But the Southern girls who come up to New York and work,
I'm back on the line, fellas. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can definitely.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay,
we got you.
Great. Is the professor there?
I'm here.
Okay, excellent. Listen, I wanted to ask you because before we got cut off, you had wrote in your article on the film Fences about the period of the 1950s and the foreshadowing of what was to come insofar as black feminism was concerned. Could you elaborate a bit on that, since we've been talking about the YouTube gender war here that we've been discussing so far?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the first part of your question. What did you say?
You were saying in your article that you wrote on your website about the film Fences, you talk about how the character portrayed by Viola Davis kind of foreshadows what was the as far as the black feminist movement was concerned.
Oh, yeah. Well, basically, I was saying it's prescient that Denzel has this movie made now, because even though it's written in 1983 and it's focused on the 1950s, it still gives a platform that kind of complements black women. And he knows very clearly, who tends to watch and consume more media, especially in the black community. So I think in this way, his Viola's character kind of plays into that. And she's not an overt feminists as we would see, come about later, post 1970s and 80s. But her little kind of sacrifice and, the kind of portrayal of Denzel's character is really trifling, and she has to tolerate that and to kind of maintain the family. All of that there just really kind of gives, black women this kind of narrative of being this sacrificial, character, and black men being something they have to tolerate. And so in that way, now her strength, so to speak, in that she's willing to do that, is a kind of forewarning, so to speak, of the oncoming feminist movement in that regard. But to me, I'm much more interested in how black men are depicted. You know what I mean? And the piece you mentioned, I'm sure most of you guys remember watching 1993's film Tombstone with Kurt Russell. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Good movie. He plays Wyatt Earp. Now, I'm just sitting here flipping through the channels the other night, and I watched it, and I realized that his character was very similar to Denzel's portrayal of Troy in Fences. He's unhappily married. And in many respects, he's coming from a background where his life up to now he's not happy with, and he thought just getting married and living a quote-unquote normal life would make him happy. And he found out that it didn't. And if you guys remember, even though it's an older film, he falls in love with this actress who's everything but normal.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
She's everything but normal.
Yeah, I think Dana Delaney plays the woman who is the actress that he's in love with. So yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. And she's completely against the grain. She's non-conventional and all of that. And he finds really a new life just engaging with her. Well, the same thing is happening with Denzel's character. But if you remember both movies, the difference is that, Kurt Russell's character, Wyatt Earp, gets to move on with his life, and the way the story is told with context and nuance, you actually are applauding him. But when I was sitting in the theater, by the time we get to Denzel toward the end, he's really this kind of villainous figure, that disrespects his wife, and she has to tolerate him, and then he dies, but it's this kind of narrative that black men cannot look for a new relationship, cannot look for a new life without being the bane of some woman's existence. And so one of the things I called out in my piece is that black men should be able, in story at least, to have some nuance, to have some context, to actually be able to change how they feel about a situation and be heard as human beings. You know what I mean? So if you're watching Fences, you notice that he spends the last years of his life womanless and isolated in his own home.
Everybody gets hurt when they get stoned.
And it's that kind of thing that I'm pointing to, where black men have got to, and this goes back to Obsidian's show, and really all of you, Donovan, I've listened to your show a number of times. I really enjoy it. I listened to Hardcore Tito. What I enjoy about all of you is you're creating a platform that allows men to actually be able to talk about our lives and not be dismissed. You know what I mean? To actually be able to show the complexity of human beings. And everybody else gets to be complex, especially black women. So when I brought up Insecure, Issa's character cheats on Lawrence, and I'm still to this day hearing women online defending it, asking us to understand how she felt. But if a man has an affair or whatever, he's just a dog. There's no nuance. So, you for the platforms you guys have created, and I just wanted to put that out there to say, look, black men can be more complex. The only problem is August Wilson didn't have this movement happening in 1983 when he wrote this. This movement wasn't happening. So he didn't have anything to tie it into, and we really don't get to hear, Denzel's character talk about what he's going through. He's supposed to sacrifice, give his check every week, and shut the fuck up. And that's it. And I really wanted to hear you guys' opinion on it.
The irony of August Wilson is that he was, I was talking to Ron Wills the other night, and he made the case when we were talking about Issa Rae and Insecure and all that, Black Men Ain't Shit Media. And he said, the precursor to Black Men Ain't Shit Media was W.D. Griffith's Birth of a Nation in 1915. That was the original Black Men Ain't Shit Media. And everything has kind of followed from that point. So now we have August Wilson, one of the most celebrated black playwrights ever in black American history, and he's got this play that's become a big film with a major, lead, both male and female lead. And once again, we got Black Men Ain't Shit Media.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. Because Denzel plays a working class blue collar brother, and that is the role of the blue collar brother. The blue collar brother is just like the famous poem by Lord Tennyson. Ours is not the question why. Ours is to do and die.
Do or die.
That's it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I think
we have no feelings. We actually have no feelings. In fact, we're almost not human.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's worth noting is that I guarantee you that just about every black woman who saw the movie Fences, they don't understand how Black Men Ain't Shit media affects them on a subconscious level. Because I think, and I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've seen the preview, and there was one scene where Denzel's character says to her, I've been doing something or whatever for 18 years, and she gets all huffy, and I've been standing right here with you. And she's crying, her face is, she's full of angst. In other words, she's full of regret. And what black women don't understand about these kinds of portrayals is that it doesn't, like black women, the way they feel about black men, they can't really express that because they don't really know. But when they watch movies like this, they internalize this stuff, and they almost kind of take it as the gospel truth, and they don't know why they think what they do. But again, and it's movies like this, Tyler Perry movies, that's in your face. But when they see black women when they see black women have to tolerate black men, they don't say, oh, wow, I've watched a movie where we have to tolerate black men. It's not like that. It's on a subconscious level, and it affects everything they do. So when they get approached by a black man, they're like, oh, man, I got to tolerate this nigga now? He's trying to holler at me too? That's the way it is. Black women are too stupid to understand that they're the ones being mind-fucked by the Black Men Ain't Shit media, and they're the ones that are losing. They're the ones with the cold fucking beds at night. They're the ones that are at the bottom of the sexual food chain, and they have nobody to blame at this point but themselves and the people that perpetuate this kind of stereotype. It's ridiculous.
It's interesting you say that, Donovan, because Professor Tia San Johnson wrote about that in his article. I want to see if I can try to find that. Hold on a second. Give me a moment. I should have highlighted it. Damn it. Oh, here we go.
Oh, you talking about where go ahead.
Yeah, let me read this passage. It's interesting you say that, Donovan, because Professor Tia San Johnson actually speaks to that very same point that you just raised. So let me read it to you. Professor Johnson writes in his article, A Brief Observation on Denzel Washington's Vision of August Wilson's Fences and Black Male Infidelity. On his website, he says, what I noticed is that in this way, both movies are actually quite similar. Both men essentially feel the same, but in popular media narratives, men's pain has to be immediately erased in observation of women's pain and sacrifice. Despite the difference between both characters' race, time period, class status, wealth opportunity, historical existence, and profession, they are nonetheless linked as blue-collar men negotiating society's expectations in regard to manhood. Although Wyatt Earp existed, he's represented in society's expectations represented in this film, and is thus an imaginative fixture, whereas Troy did not exist. But there are many everyday Troys in Black America, whether in the Old West or in 1950s Pittsburgh, PA. Despite being separated by race, neither group of lower-class men control patriarchal standards in society. Nevertheless, in both contexts, these men and many of us viewers learn to defer to women when in conflict. For example, Notice in the Fences trailer how Denzel's Troy mentions he's been standing in the same place for 18 years, and Viola's Rose immediately follows with, I've been standing with you. Such a shameful tactic disallows men to actually articulate their own feelings about social obligation and sacrifice, right or wrong. The resulting acceptable form of male emoting is silence. He's supposed to stand in awe of her sacrifice while ignoring his own. That's a very powerful piece right there, Professor. Could you elaborate a bit on that?
Well, I appreciate you bringing it up, man, because it's one of the things that I see a lot of. It's a shaming tactic, right? And notice that was one of the lead points of every trailer you saw for Fences, where she has that moment where she silences him with her pain. And that's the way we're being told we have to regard black women's pain. We have to sit in silence and reverence. But at no point do we really understand black men's pain, right? Okay. And I just want to tell you, having written this piece, I've had scores of brothers texting me, writing me, but they do it on the under. Brothers don't really respond to me publicly. But I had one brother, in fact, give me the list of his family, from his great-grandfather all the way down to his contemporaries, his own age, of men who have complained about the same thing, sacrificing their entire lives, right, dying much earlier than their wives, and not really being regarded, respected, appreciated, and not having been able to even teach their sons how to express their own pain. So when I saw that scene for the first time, I was moved that he actually was able to say, I've been standing in the same place, because black men have known since slavery what it feels like to not be able to progress to the extent that you want to because of these kind of barriers against you. But to have it dismissed by your own women or by your own family members is a whole different level of really, I would call it abuse, but it's a whole different level.
Yeah, that's debilitating.
Of disregard.
Yeah, that's debilitating. I mean, what I was saying is that's debilitating. To be able to not get support from your own people or even your own family, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, you have to have you really have to have some kind of mental strength or mental fortitude to be able to make it. I mean, whether it's back in the 50s or even today, I mean, you really have to be mentally strong and honestly just not give a fuck about anybody. Because at this point, that's the only way. I mean, that's the only way to make it.
Women are cruel.
Yeah, that's a true shit.
I think what we're dealing with now is going on 50 years of media conditioning, to the point where most men I run across not only don't know how to express their own pain, we are taught to walk it off. You know what I mean? We're taught to ignore it. Women have had a movement, and I'm not telling y'all nothing y'all don't know. Women have had a movement since the 1970s where they've learned how to articulate it, and they've even weaponized it in many ways.
Yep.
And it still brings about the same response from a lot of brothers, which is silence, because many of us don't even know how to respond to that.
Hence the term weaponized black female fuckery.
Yep.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And it's actually surprising to me that the kind of movements that we're talking about now, whether it's Red Pill, MGTOW, it's surprising to me that it took as long as it did to reach the point it's at now. But it's here, and most of our women do not understand why. Because they've grown up on 50 years of this media conditioning, which centers them and marginalizes us. And they believe that to be the norm. So even now, I'm debating with professors on Twitter, black female professors, who are telling me that even just that small piece I wrote is, what is this professor says to me? She says, I'm calling for black men to benefit from white patriarchy. And the only thing I asked for was that black men have nuance in the stories that we have about us. You know what I mean? That's all I said. We don't have nuance in our characters. When we're bad, we're 100% bad. But other groups, including black women, get to be complicated. You know what I mean? Issa's show is all about complication when it comes to black women. But black men tend to be very one-dimensional, And so those are the kind of things I'm pushing for. I'm just asking the question, can we have nuance? And I think each of the shows that I hear you guys do you guys are reflecting on different types of brothers from different kinds of backgrounds who are articulating their thoughts. That's the same thing I want to see on screen. And in order for that to happen, we got to support our own media.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it definitely, it was interesting, going back to this whole flying monkey situation. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm actually deleting more flying monkeys from off of my channel, coming from Crystal and the Cowards, YouTube channel. She sent her flying monkeys over here, and all I do is delete, delete. That's all I've been doing is just deleting. And what it is funny because every time these type of conversations come up, and some sister will say, "Well, black men do it too." I said, "Nope, I'm gonna cut you right there. No, this is not. That's the false equivalency argument. That's the shaming argument. That's to get you to silence you argument. Now I got to call it the fences defense. That's the fences defense. I've been standing here with you too. You haven't been dumping trash every day. Shut up."
Yeah, you know.
True shit.
And I don't let them do that. I refuse. See, this is the thing. A lot, and I'm not saying all black women are this way, but a whole lot of them are this way. A lot of black women.
Yeah, most of them are, bro. Most of them are.
Yeah, a lot of black women don't respect black men's boundaries. So when Denzel says, "I've been standing here for 18 years," here comes Viola just crashing into his shit, talking about, "I've been standing here too." Who cares? So what? What?
It's interesting to me. We've learned.
If you haven't been doing what I've been doing on the shop room floor for X number of years, if you haven't been working from can't see in the morning to can't see at night, if you haven't been dealing with stuff and be working in gear oil grease and all the rest of it, doing potentially life-threatening work, shut up.
Yep.
Just shut it.
No, but one of the things that
Archie Bunker said it best: stifle yourself.
Damn. Well, one of the things that intrigues me about this is we've learned about a lot of different tropes when it comes to women. We've learned about the difficulties of the working woman's life. We've learned about the difficulties of the stay-at-home mom's life. But even mentioning what men experience has got to be quickly silenced. As if men's experiences don't have any relevance there. I mean, I watched my grandfather work himself to nothing for 50 years, doing the same thing. And nobody ever asked if he liked it. Nobody asked if that's what he always wanted to do. Nobody cared as long as he brought a paycheck home. And I think in that respect, the film does capture that. Because when you watch the film, every Friday, his character comes back with his envelope, his money, his check, or whatever, his payment, and he brings home the obligatory supplies to the house. But that's like clockwork every week. And somehow, people can't appreciate that kind of dogged year after year sacrifice might take a toll on men. Most people don't even recognize why men die earlier. Do you know how many mothers and how many big mamas I've met to random families who all had their husbands die decades ago, and nobody seems to draw a net together as to why this is happening. It's just treated as that's just a given.
Listen, it's so funny. Listen. I've actually talked to women about this. They'll say, "Oh yeah, well, women live longer than men," as if to say that women live longer than men because they're built better and they're healthier. And I'm going to explain to several women, you don't get it. Men die earlier because we're on the front line. Okay, it's not women out there building bridges. Women aren't welding steel oil lines, 2 miles beneath the sea. All right, it's men that are doing this. And I actually saw a statistic today. I think it was like, as far as suicides were concerned, 80% of suicides men. Infantry deaths, as far as wars are concerned, it's a 97-3 men. This is why men die earlier. It has nothing to do with female superiority and everything to do with the male lifestyle and the male conundrum.
That's a fact.
That's
and
right.
You know something?
Now, let me follow that up. Let me follow that up by what Tom Likas said. the famous talk show host, the professor, Tom Likas said that men have to work every day of their lives until they are dead. Okay?
These are facts.
That's what he said. He said that until you are dead. So as far as and that was the reason why he argued that marriage wasn't a good deal for most men, because you have to work yourself until you're dead, and then you have to put up with a whole bunch of yin yang from an unappreciative wench of a wife.
That's right.
Now, and on that note, let me bring in Alan Roger Curry. Alan Roger Curry.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, what's happening, fellas?
What's going on, AMC?
Hey, Alan Roger
What's going on?
Curry is in the building.
Oh man, I gotta love you, Obsidian, man. You always give me that enthusiastic welcome, man. I don't really know I came in late, so I don't know what we're talking about right now.
We're talking about black women fuckery, man. You know what it is.
Okay, so same old, basically.
There it is.
Well, now, I don't know if you've seen the movie, Alan, but I know you've heard about it. Denzel Washington has taken it upon himself, him and famed director Antoine Fuqua, they teamed up yet again to do a adaptation of the famous playwright August Wilson's Fences. So we've been talking about that. We've been talking about the show Insecure by Issa Rae, and we're about to jump off into some other things. We've been waiting for you to join us. You've worked in Hollywood. We are joined on the line with Professor Tia San Johnson, Donovan Sharp, and we're waiting for Hardcore Tito to join back in. And we've been talking about these different things in the context of relationships and mating and whatnot, particularly but not exclusively limited to Black American contemporary life. And the last time we talked, Alan, we had a very interesting conversation that actually ended up spilling over into my podcast show, and a lot of guys really resonated with what we were talking about. So really quickly, and I want to get Donovan and the professor's take on this. Me and Alan Roger Curry, last time me, Alan, and Hardcore Tito got together, Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story, had just come out. And I had made the case as to why I didn't intend to see the movie. And in short, my argument was that Star Wars had jumped the PC shark, and based on that in the previous Star Wars movie, I didn't want no parts of it. I was done with the franchise. It was alien to me. I can't get with this Mary Sueism and all the rest. And so Alan chimed in. He agreed with me. And then he had some very interesting insights about a TV show called The Walking Dead, and in particular, one character named Negan. And so we talked about that. And that led into some even more discussions that me and Alan had since then. And we said we would revisit it tonight. We're going to get all you guys' takes on this. The Walking Dead, you all know what the show is, so I don't need to really go into it. But the bottom line is, me and Alan, we agreed that the show was very unrealistic because it didn't show sexual dynamics, mating dynamics, relationship dynamics in a shit hits the fan zombie apocalypse type scenario. There were almost no rapes being depicted. Nobody attempted to being raped. Negan has these multiple wives, but you don't actually see him interacting with them in any major way. In other words, fucking them. You don't see that happening. You don't see no type of interaction between the wives. None of this stuff. It's like Gilligan's Island with zombies, and that shit doesn't make any sense. So I'll hand it off to Alan from there.
Hey, Obsidian, is there a woman joining us on the line?
I don't see a woman there. You?
I heard for like a second and a half, I thought I heard a woman's voice. It sounded like she was in the kitchen or something. Somebody's making a lot of noise, like in a room or a kitchen or something.
Yeah, you can hear it in the background.
One of the brothers got one.
Hey, look, I'll go. Look, well, listen, hold on. Actually, I'll go ahead and fess up to that. I'm with a woman right now, and I'm in Philly, and she's making sausage and peppers, but I'll make sure she keeps it down.
Oh,
okay, good.
Yep.
That's the appropriate position right there. Second only to be bent
Listen,
over the
it's
couch.
the only position.
Yeah, second only to be bent over the couch. That's
that couch. There it is. There it is. Had a little bit of that earlier myself. So I ain't wanted to brag, but I'm just letting y'all know.
Okay, all right, brother. Sharp. Yeah, bend that woman over that couch. Don't be letting her cook no grilled cheese and shit in the kitchen.
Oh, no. Hey, look, ain't no grilled cheese in here, bro. You ain't got to worry about that. We got sausage and I think we're going to go sausage and peppers. Going to go with a little marinara going on. So, yeah, she can cook. She can cook.
Well, what's interesting, if you don't mind, before I go into Walking Dead again, I had an interesting exchange with a couple of sisters in the last few days, and it brought something really home to me. Now, I always say when I call into your show, I'm a little bit different because when I did my show up front and straightforward, I never really came to emphasize black female fuckery, even though I knew it, existed. But that said, see, I try to be objective with all women because I know all women got their fuckery. There's Asian female fuckery. There's Hispanic woman female fuckery.
Yeah. Women are women. Hey, if they got a vagina, they're going to involve in fuckery, right?
Yeah, right. So it's the fuckery is all around.
Fuckery. You got Marisol fuckery. You got Mylin fuckery. You got whatever the Indian girl's name is fuckery. You got the Jewish Rachel fuckery. You got all of it.
Yeah. So the fuckery is all. Okay, wait a minute. I'm hearing that noise again. Hey, with all due respect, Sharp, can you tell her to chill out with that? It sounds like pans are banging against each other or something.
No, actually, she's quieted down. So I don't know where that's
okay, then it must be somebody else. Somebody else got a open line or something where somebody's
might need to mute your line if you're not talking.
It certainly is not me.
Right.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
But on the subject of movies, there's a movie. Well, first there was a movie came out about the Obamas called South Side with You.
Right.
And a number of sisters was asking me, because I'm a major film buff, and as you mentioned, I worked in the entertainment industry, so, a lot of sisters hit me up on Facebook like, Alan, I want to know your opinion on Southside with You. Are you going to check it out? What's your thoughts? Blah, 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 blah. Now, another movie came out called Barry, which emphasizes a brief slice of Barack's life. But the interesting thing is, in the movie Barry, his primary love interest is a snow bunny. Or I'll be more formal, a Caucasian woman. Yeah.
I'll be goddamn.
And he's totally different. It's like and this is, to me, is almost more in line with what I've read about Barack, because in Barry, you see that he was one of those brothers that didn't, how I want to say it. He wasn't really connected with brothers and sisters. Yeah. And I want to say this period is probably what motivated him to become more connected with the black community. But interesting, he had a high degree of resentment against his father. He looked at his own father as an ain't shit black man. And one of my criticisms of President Obama, even though I do think he achieved certain things that are admirable, no doubt, but when it comes to offering his critique of the black community, I noticed he was always quick to criticize black men, but I don't remember him ever criticizing black mothers and black women in general.
Never.
Oh, hell no. Michelle would kick his ass.
So anyway, going back to this movie, I noticed the sisters that I talked to who wanted me really badly to see Southside with You, when I said, are you going to check out Barry, it was pretty much a resounding hell no. And one sister did watch part of it, and she said she turned it off. Which leads me to the conclusion, all these sisters that tell you that they love Barack Obama and he was the greatest president, they just love him to death, they full of shit. They love Michelle Obama. They love the first lady. Because if Barack Obama had ran for president with a Caucasian woman on his arm, or
my
even
God.
say a real light-skinned red bone on his arm, he wouldn't have been elected.
Hell no. Nope.
Alan.
Hell no.
You weren't here when we was talking about the sisterhood, and in particular the swirling sisterhood, Kristen and Karazin and her flying monkey. I was saying to the brothers that the only way, because they're always talking about colorism this, colorism that. They even talk about it with this new Denzel picture with Fences. Even though Viola Davis is an Emmy winner, she gonna mess around and win an Oscar for her role in this movie Fences. But that don't matter. It's all about colorism this, colorism that. And I said to the brothers, the only way these sisters will accept you is if you get a Grace Jones circa 1983 high top fade and all. That's the only way they're going to accept you. Any other black woman,
high top fade.
1983, pull up to my bumper baby, they're going to say that you suffer from colorism, you're color struck, you hit yourself, your mama black, all this nonsense. You got to get the blackest, blackity black woman on planet Earth. And not only do you have to get the blackity black, you know what you got to get? You got to get Gaburi Sibide before she lost 100 pounds. That's the only way that you
my God.
love for black. Okay?
Hold up. Gaburi Sibide lost weight?
Yep, 100 pounds.
Wait, you said hold on. You talking about Precious, right? Precious lost 100 pounds.
That's right.
Yeah, Precious.
100 pounds. That's right.
Obsidian, that's funny you mentioned that because
I still wouldn't fuck her.
One of my last, what I would call serious relationships was with a woman who was a popular singer and songwriter, and if anybody Googles me, one or two of our pictures usually pop up because it was kind of semi-public relationship. I'm not going to mention her name, but she was a popular singer in the late 80s, early 90s. But anyway, I remember when me and her first started dating, and I posted a picture of us on Facebook. A lot of my Facebook friends was giving us love and stuff like, look like a very nice looking couple and blah blah blah. But a lot of sisters came at me because she's a red bone, and they were like, Alan, I thought you was down with the cause. You ain't down with the cause.
Shit.
I was like, what the fuck does that mean? They was
Right.
like, why you with that type of sister? Why you with that type
That's what
of
I'm
sister?
saying, man. Oh my
And I was
God.
like,
You never
what?
make them happy, man.
Wait a minute. Y'all, please forgive me, but I haven't heard any of this about Fences. What exactly is the argument? What are they saying?
The argument is, okay, this is what happened, Professor. Denzel Washington was doing, you know how you do the movies come out, you do these junkets, you have to go and do the rounds of the interviews about the movie and all the rest of it. So he's doing an interview with a Indian chick. That's the other thing that really cracked me up. She wasn't even black. She was some Indian chick that works for BET, and she asked Denzel about colorism, and he didn't understand what she meant at first. So he was like, "What do you mean colorism? You mean racism within the race itself?" And she said, "Yeah." And in particular, with regard to dark-skinned black actresses. And his response was, you can't always look to racism to explain why you ain't getting on. It might be because you're just not good enough. It might be because you're not prepared. It might, and then when I did my podcast on it, I said it might be because you're a bitch. A lot of black women are bitchy in terms of their behavior, their demeanor. Nobody wants to work with them. And I cited as a case of Monique, who is an Oscar winner. She couldn't get on the show Empire despite the fact that she's good friends with the director because she's a bitch. Nobody wants to work with her.
Yep.
And that happens a lot in black American life. As a matter of fact, we're going to be listening to a case in point in a minute, right after Alan makes his point. But I just want to explain that to you, Professor, that here you have Viola Davis, somebody who is an Emmy winner, somebody who is more than likely going to be at the very least nominated for an Oscar for Fences if she don't win it outright, and she's still bitching about colorism. This just goes to prove that no good deed goes unpunished when it comes to a whole lot of, not all of them, but a whole lot of black women. You can't do it. You can't do enough to please them. God damn, what more is Denzel supposed to do?
Listen, this is the quintessential example, and I think Alan said it best. It's not just black women fuckery. I mean, women are women, regardless. You know, they're all different culturally because, you know, where they're from, where they were raised, etc. But this is one of those basic red pill tenets that we all know. The more you give a woman, whether she's black, white, red, whatever the case may be, the more she's going to bitch about what she has, and then the more she's going to ask for. So it doesn't surprise me that Viola Davis is acting the way she's acting. This is how women are. The more they give, the less happy they are. This is why the worse you treat them, the better they treat you. This is basic math. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Oh, so this was Viola saying this.
So anyway,
okay.
Going back to Alan, you were saying, brother.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, okay, so I guess I'm finished with that. The Obama piece, I was just saying that, a lot of these sisters, they full of shit when they try to act like they got all this love for Barack. They really don't. Just about all of their love is for Michelle Obama, because they love him to the extent that he allowed a sister to get into the White House. And, they'll forever love him for bringing a sister into the White House. But beyond that, they don't really love her. But, to reiterate what I talked about the last time I was on the show with The Walking Dead, for those that didn't listen and weren't part of the show, I was saying that, number one, I love the show. I love it because I think it's a step above many shows on TV right now. But I said, as much as I love the show, and I love the addition of this character named Negan, played by actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan, but I was telling Obsidian and Tito, and I think who else was on? I don't know who else was on. That one of my criticisms, though, is that for this dystopian, post-apocalyptic time period they're in, I said the men and the women, but particularly the men, walk around a little bit too sexually content for my taste. Because I said, man, if you didn't have government rules to adhere to, you didn't have to worry about being charged with date rape or statutory rape or none of that, man, these guys would be way more aggressive than they show these characters within the context of the story, man. I mean, they'd be at least be trying to grope some woman's ass, grab on her tits, something.
For sure.
And they just walking around like they ain't horny at all. And I was just saying to Obsidian, I said, man, that's unrealistic, because my related argument is also that you were just talking about these women in society. A lot of women, man, they need to realize that one of the reasons why they're even allowed to be so fucking spoiled and entitled is because we've established a civilized society for them. But society wasn't always like this, and as Obsidian always says emphatically, it's going to come full circle when, as he puts it, the shit hits the fan. And I don't know, that could be 10 years from now, that could be 50 years from now, that could be 200 years from now. I don't know when that's going to be, when the shit hits the fan. But when it becomes uncivilized again, the women who are president are going to have to wake up. And they're going to be like, oh, shit, wait a minute. I'm not protected anymore by the government? Oh, my God. What am I going to do?
Oh, yeah, don't freak out.
But, these dudes, man, they're going to be trying to take the pussy. Because that's what dudes did back in the day. They didn't ask for the pussy. They didn't whine and dine for the pussy. They took the pussy. Unless that woman had a father who was willing to end his life in order to protect her, or a husband, or
a protector. Yeah.
Some type of protector, personal protector. But otherwise, man, dudes is going to take that pussy, man. And so anyway, but other than that, I do like that show. I think it brings up, it shows a society that it kind of asks the question, okay, how would you be able to cope if there were no set rules, laid out by the government? If you and whoever you were close to, your personal group, had to essentially make up your own rules for survival, how would you handle that? Would you be able to handle that? And it asks that on a weekly basis, and that's why I like the show.
It's funny. One interesting thing that I'll point out is I watched The Walking Dead for a couple of years. I watched from the very first episode, and then I watched it until the governor died. And the governor, for me, that was my favorite character because he showed what the patriarchy was capable of doing if it was run with an iron fist. And the governor was cast, he was characterized as a bad guy. Like, the governor is bad. He has these rules. He takes what he wants. He oppresses women and children and this and that and the other. But if you looked at the utopia that he created, it was far greater than any of the tents or the camps that anybody else in that show had established. Yet when he was killed by, I think it was Michonne, when he was killed by Michonne, people rejoiced, oh, ding dong, the governor is dead. That to me reeks of political correctness and social justice warriorism. Because they don't like it when a man takes control. And just like Alan Roger Curry said, the governor is a microcosm of what would really happen if just like the dystopian, post-apocalyptic world were to happen. The men would take the fuck over, okay? Men like the governor would take over, and they wouldn't be looked at as bad guys, but because it's a TV show, ding dong, the governor's dead, everybody rejoices. Well, guess what? All of the people who lived in his village were fucked as well. They just didn't realize it.
Yeah, man, it's like, and this is where I got on kind of a soapbox, and I've done this a few times on different shows. And that's what I hate about there's things I loved about the entertainment industry. Obviously, I pursued a career in the industry, but it's just, man, I have a passionate beef against the entertainment industry for everything you just said, Donovan.
Yeah, of course.
They just pander so much to women to the point where you can't even have, unless you finance it yourself, of course, you can't have no objective movie that really, one movie that to me might have been an exception, Gone Girl, was a movie that blew my mind. And when I saw that movie, I was like, shit.
Yeah, that was good.
I was like, if a guy wrote this, it would have never been made.
Nope.
Because that movie, for those listeners who haven't seen that movie, please watch Gone Girl. Because without giving too many spoilers, that movie shows how women get away with murder both literally and figuratively.
Yes.
And it's an excellent film. But yeah, man, the entertainment industry, like, again, going back to,
I think Obsidian talked about it earlier.
One thing I hate, like you were talking about the governor, like, I love this character named Negan again. But what pisses me off is that the writers, because of probably, the pressure to be politically correct and not piss off the feminists, the only characters that stand up to Negan are the women, and it makes all the men look like they fucking pussies and shit.
That's right.
And I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Right, no, and good and damn well, if they actually stood up to Negan, he would, oh my God, he'd bitch slap him, tie him up, and make him a part of his, make him a concubine, make him a part of his fucking harem.
Women would get bitch slapped in real life for some of the shit they get away with saying on the show. But of course, you can't have a show where a woman gets bitch slapped because everybody writing in. And Obsidian, I wanted to tell you, give you kudos for. I was in the gym and I listened to your interview with the Vegator, and you and him made a crucial point, which is that in today's society, well, really, shit, damn, any moment in society. But especially now, being a man, even more so being a black man, Man, you can't have no 9-to-5 job and be outspoken, man. You gotta be self-employed.
No,
man.
no, you cannot.
You gotta have your own independent income, 'cause man, you just can't. Y'all was breaking down the truth. I was in the gym, like saying amen, like loud. I'm sure the other gym members looking at me, 'cause man. Cause see, when I first started, what I'm doing, I actually had a 9-to-5 job, and I never got fired for anything I said, but I got some like mild warnings and stuff. You know, different people. I was working at a university, and the different people would tell me, "Hey, Alan, the chancellor, he's not happy about what he read that you said this, or read that you said this."
Ah, please, tell him to go fuck himself.
And well, basically, I would always say so.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I'm gonna do what I do, you know.
Get out of here.
Now, I will say you could say they did get their revenge, because ultimately I didn't per se get fired as much as they just phased out my whole program. I had this mentoring program for young brothers, and they like phased it out. And so nobody ever replaced me, so that let me know it wasn't just me who got fired. They just got rid of the program. But it was a blessing in disguise, because I've been self-employed now for like 4.5 years, and I love it to death. But yeah, man, if you got to risk somebody who can fire you, it's just like that infamous. Some of y'all might be too young, but I remember Bill Maher had this show called Politically Incorrect on ABC.
I remember that show.
If you remember that show, you remember exchange he had with Arsenio Hall, where Bill Maher was bragging on how outspoken he was, and Arsenio checked him. He said, "No, you're not." And Bill, I can't remember all the exact words, but I'm going to be paraphrasing, but Bill was like, yes, I am. I'm probably the most outspoken talk show host. He was like, no, you're not. You might go out the box here and there, but they keep you. ABC Disney, who's running your show, tells you what to do and what you can say. You can't say any fucking thing you want to say. And they got into debate. And sure enough, a few weeks later, after Bill Maher kept defending himself for being able to say what he could say, he suggested that 9/11 was meant to happen because the USA be fucking with all these other countries. Next thing you know, they canceled this fucking show.
Yep, there it is. See that?
And
anytime you're beholden to somebody else, man. Yeah.
Too. We saw it with Arsenio when he brought Farrakhan on, and not long after, he was gone.
Yeah, it shouldn't last too much longer after that. I remember that.
Now, he claims, I read an article actually where he said, because he's been asked about that, of course, a number of times, he claims that the decision had already been made before Farrakhan came on. Now, he could be telling the truth. I don't know, but it sure didn't look that way at the time.
It didn't look that way, yeah.
But, yeah, man. So anyway, I just want to give you kudos, Obsidian, for that show and what you guys were talking about. Yeah, man, you got to have your own money coming in, because like Obsidian talks about his show all the time. If he had corporate sponsors, man, if you're an outspoken brother and you running any kind of show, TV show, radio show, and you got corporate sponsors, sisters are going to contact those sponsors ASAP and get you off the fucking air and shut you the fuck up. And
that's the only way they can do it. Yeah, that's the only way they can do it, though. I mean, if they know who your sponsors are, that's the thing, man. Like, sisters aren't going to they're not going to try to combat you. And we were talking about this earlier. Obsidian said, hey, look, I'll go on their show, or she can come on my show. And we all agreed that ain't going to happen because they don't want to debate. They don't want to hear an opposing view. So anytime they hear something that goes against the feminist or the black feminist narrative, they fight dirty. They don't fuck around like that. They'll call your sponsors and say, hey, look, you need to tune in, and the next thing you know, you're off the air. So yeah, it's impossible to have a 9 to 5 or be beholden to somebody else and say what you really think.
Yeah. You're right. Sisters, here's what I find about sisters. They don't want a true intellectual debate, but if they don't love arguments and drama and ad hominem attacks, they love that shit.
Oh yeah. And see, that was the thing. See, I had challenged Crystal and Karen into a debate, Alan, and I said, you're going to come on my show. I ain't going to your channel because I know how you get down. It's just what you just got finished saying. Ad hominem attack. She was like, I want you to show your face and I want you to do this and you got to pay me $500. I said, I ain't paying your shit. And you come to my show, you're going to do it. You're going to do it and like it. You're going to do it with a smile. You're going to come by yourself and I'm going to tear you limb from your whack-ass, weak-ass argument. Now let's debate.
And then bend her over the couch.
That's right. And she punked out.
3-point stand.
Exactly. And from that point on, I refer to her now as Crystalline the coward, Crystalline the court jester, and Crystalline the clown. That's what she is now on.
She's never coming on.
The clown, the court jester.
Oh hell no! She ain't, and she knows she's not.
She's never coming on.
Yeah, man. Because Obsidian,
is this woman married, by the way?
Between Sophia A. Nelson and I remember after we had our heated exchange on my show, all these sisters called themselves unfriending my ass like I was going to be over here crying and shit. I was like, shit, get y'all the fuck off my Facebook page, shit.
One of the things that I know
is y'all bitches.
One of the things that's happening in the recent past, you know, it used to be that you know these women would swarm an individual black male, you know, on media some kind of way. But I'm starting to see black men collaborating. I mean, this very interview right now, this discussion, I didn't see this years ago. I'm seeing brothers coming together and sharing and exchanging information, and I think it's scaring a lot of people, to be honest with you.
Terrifying.
Because when it comes to black men, whether it's politics, whether it's relationships, it almost doesn't matter what the subject is. Our silence is the only thing about us that makes other people comfortable. Black men speaking out on almost any topic scares the shit out of most people.
Terrifying.
Oh, I agree with that. Especially intelligence.
I think it's men in general too. Look, never mind black men. If this is why the manosphere, the Negro manosphere, the black manosphere, the red pill. This is why this is dangerous to feminism, to society, to the culture, is because for the first time ever that I can think of, post serious feminism, men are getting together, and it's so funny how much progress we've made in such a relative short period. It's taken feminism 50 years to get to where it is now. It's taken us a decade? And probably not even that, and men are figuring it out. And all they had to do was shut the fuck up, quit listening to women, and start listening to each other. And we've created this network. We've created this subculture, and it's probably going to be mainstream in a few years. Someone told me they overheard somebody having a conversation. I think she said she was at the ice cream store or something, and some dude was sitting at the booth behind her, spitting red pill knowledge.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the red pill documentary is out, and we're coming out, and a lot of people are making comments about that, and there are a lot of people who are scared. They're terrified by it, and it's the black manosphere, like the white manosphere, is pretty much the same. Tom Likas and these guys that Obsidian mentions all the time, he's scaring a lot of people on the other side. A lot of white ladies are up there getting upset. I was listening to Big Cal 101's channel. He had a wonderful video up where they had this one guy who was on there who had taped his ex-girlfriend, and where he trolled her for the whole day playing one-on-one videos. And this woman was up there talking about, well, you're bashing women. You're bashing us. It's all about bashing. That's bashing. That's all it's about. It sounded like a black woman. It literally sounded like a black woman saying, you're bashing us. And here's a white woman who was getting MGTOW 101 videos that he was trolling her with all day long. She was sitting there saying, this is all about bashing. You're mean and you're nasty because you're listening to these terrible videos. It was red pill knowledge talking about women, talking about their fuckery, and it was being exposed, and she was very upset about it.
This is the difference between men. This is one of the fundamental differences between males and females. I had to have a conversation with myself years ago. I had to look myself in the mirror and say, Donovan, you're a fucking pussy. The reason your marriage didn't work out is because you're a fucking pussy. You suck. You're fucking fat. You're not good with money. You're not good with women. You need to wake the fuck up and be a man. This is what I did. If somebody else had told me that, I probably would have had the same reaction. I would have got my ass off of the couch, whatever I was doing, and go do something. The difference is when women hear the truth about themselves, all they want to do is deny, defend. Well, it's not necessarily. It's like when we tell them, women are hypergamous. You guys are always trying to look for the next branch, higher branch to swing on. You guys cheat more. You guys are whores. You guys are sluts. Feminism is wrong. It does matter how many men you have been fucked by. They never look in the mirror and say, you know what, these guys might be right. No, their first response is, no, you guys are wrong, it's women bashing. Men take that kind of information about ourselves and say, you know what, okay, there might be some truth to it, while women, when they're told the truth about themselves, they call it bashing. And this is why they are where they are. And this just goes to show us that women aren't going to correct themselves. A quality woman is not born. She's got to be made. She has to be led by a quality male. She has to be led by a man who's red pill aware. That's the only way that's going to happen. And they prove it every day by fighting with us. Well, no, it's just female. But no, bitch, we're telling the truth. You just can't handle it.
Yeah, it's funny because I was on a radio show. I got invited by a former guest. She was first a guest of mine, a woman named Veronica Anderson. And this shows, I don't want to discredit anybody who got credentials because I'm sure they worked hard to earn them. But I don't have a PhD in, like, say, relationship psychology or that type of thing. But if I say so myself, I know my shit. So she had me on her show with 3 other very credentialed psychologists, and the subject was why women cheated. And it was 2 women and 1 man, and they were all credentialed psychologists and marriage therapists and relationship experts, and it was myself. And it was interesting what you said, Donovan, about women don't like to hear the truth, and it's because you got some of these experts out here. Do you know all 3 of these other people who were on the show were trying to present arguments that it was the man's fault when their wife or girlfriend cheats. And I was the only one on that show who said that's bullshit. I was like, women cheat just like with me. I said, if there's some good dick they want, they gonna fucking cheat. And I said, most women will marry a motherfucker that they don't even enjoy having sex with. If he got a 6, 7, 8-figure salary, they already got their alpha male dick on the side.
Alpha fuck beta bucks, man.
And they were tripping. They were like, oh, my God, Mr. Curry, I can't believe you. And anyway, Veronica, who I give her prize, towards the end of the show.
Listen, the reason why they lost their minds is because the jig was up. Like, oh, my God, Mr. Curry, don't tell her secret.
The other guest, she said, Alan, I have to say it, all due respect, she said, you're the only one who brought the hardcore truth to this conversation. And I said, thank you. And she ended the conversation there. But yeah, man, even the dude who was on there, he was a total white knight type. He's like, yes, you know, if a woman is married and she feels lonely within the relationship because the man is ignoring her emotional needs, I was like,
oh, get the fuck out of here. Get the hell out of here. Okay, because guess what? The dude that's dicking her on the side couldn't give 2 shits about her emotional state. The only thing he's worried about is busting a fucking nut, and she wouldn't have it any other goddamn way, and she knows it. So get the fuck out of here with that.
See, the interesting thing about it for me is...
on that note, let me jump in here real quick. Because I don't want the time to run out. On that note, talking about hardcore truths, and Alan Roger Krause, waiting for you to join the conversation because this is the hot seat. And our good friend has released yet another video entitled Men Love Women Who Don't Take Their Shit. And this comes from our good friend Darth Hideous, a.k.a. Deborah Cooper. I wanted to let you guys listen to what she has to say and get your reactions, all of you fellas. And I'm going to bring in Ezra from the NYC and bring in the caller from the 443 area code. Anybody else want to jump in, just press the number 1 on your keypad and I'll bring you in. I want to get all you guys' reaction. The professor, are you there, Professor?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I want to get all of you brothers a reaction to Darth Hideous's video. He just released it today called Men Love Women Who Don't Take Their Shit. And I want to see what you all have to say about it. Do you agree or disagree with it? Let's listen, and then we'll come back. It's only about 13 and a half minutes long, so let's listen.
Sometimes I wonder if I am just a little bit too much, because I am a firm believer in men loving women who, I don't want to say the term dog out, but women who basically don't take any shit from them. Women who put them in check, women who tell them about themselves, and women who are more demanding. Let me give you some examples. Recently, I should not be telling you all my business, but recently, my latest honey, let me just put it that way, spent the night. So, I don't know. I mean, it's cool and everything. I know a lot of women like that. But, I really like sleeping by myself. I really don't feel like waking up and, men snore and they want to put their feet on you and they fart and all of those shit. I just really don't feel like all that. But, every so often you endure it because the other person likes it. So, dude is like, waked up in the morning, he's all happy, because I let him spend the night. And I'm glaring at him like, why are you still here? So, we already started off on the wrong foot. So he's like, oh, good morning, sweetie, babe, this whole thing that's trying to be all sweetie pie, honey bunch. And I'm like, fuck you. And it just came out. I mean, I didn't plan to say it. I didn't, I wasn't like in a bad mood really. I mean, I was kind of irritated that I woke up and he was there, but it wasn't like, fatal or anything. And I just said, just fuck you. And just looked at him. I didn't smile. I didn't, nothing. And then he just busted out and started laughing. It's like, shit, what I do now? I've been asleep. What did I do? Did I do something in my sleep? And I said, yes, you breathe too loud. So then he started laughing some more. And he's like, you a mess. And I'm like, I know, but that's why you love me so much. And he's like, yeah, you're right. And giving me hugs and all smoochy-woochy and asking me what did I want to eat. And I'm like, I know you don't expect me to cook. And he's like, no, I'm a cook. You got what you got in the refrigerator. I'm like, shit, I don't know. What am I, psychic? Motherfucker, get up and go look. I mean, you know what I mean? What? I keep a running grocery list in my head? What the hell? So anyway, I'm just telling you this story. And he just laughed and then he cooked, and this is not no punk-ass dude, so don't even put those things there. He just treats me that way, but it's for some dudes and his job and all the stuff, the other stuff that he does. He's like an asshole, but he treats me that way. And I just wanted to kind of talk about that because I think a lot of women have this mistaken opinion that they need to be like all sweetie pie and submissive and all wonderful and super loving to dudes. And I'm telling you, if you act like that, you don't never contradict them. You don't never have an opinion of your own that disagrees with them. You don't ever tell them no. Not only no, but fuck no, shit no, what the fuck I look like no. And, make demands on them to give you stuff and do stuff for you. And just tell them, you're not going to do what they want you to do. I mean, just to be a contrarian. You have to have a separate identity from the man in your life. You cannot put yourself in a position where you're doing everything he wants you to do, not saying what he doesn't want you to say, not going where he doesn't want you to go, not being the person that you want to be in order to placate him. You can't do that. They won't respect you. The relationship will go downhill, and the desire and the passion, the excitement that men look for from a woman in their life will disappear. I mean, if you guys really think about it, men are kind of boring. I mean, there's exceptional dudes that, are into a lot of different things and all that. But those are the exceptions. The majority of men, I'd say 95% of them, are kind of boring. I mean, they go to work, they come home. They have a little hobby, like maybe they like to watch sports or they actually play on a softball team or play golf or something, bowling league, something like that. And then they come home. And then they garden or, tinker with shit, fix cars, whatever. They have their little interest. I'm not saying they don't do anything, but in general, men have rather rote, mundane, predictable lives. That seems to be the majority of men. So when they looking for excitement, they're looking for something different. If you're not providing it, they look for it, and it creates a situation that's kind of risky. So what you want to do is, if you're creative and fun sort, you involve him in your creative and fun activities. Bring him out of his shell. Bring him out of the normal box that he puts himself in, his little manhood box. And, make him a part of your world. Whether he goes by choice or by force, it'll still be interesting for him. Because I was dating this guy, right? And it was the first time I was going to go to Hawaii. I wanted to go. And he was like, well, I don't want to go to Hawaii. And I'm like, why not? I had already got the tickets by then, because it was going to be a surprise. I got this huge bonus from my job. And I bought the tickets and everything from a discount through the travel agent that I used through the job. And, it was like, just say the two people in Hawaii with airfare and everything, with the hotel, it was going to be like $500. So it wasn't like no grand theft money because of the benefits I got from the travel agent from booking her all that business. So I had the tickets, and so I'm like, we're going to go this week, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't want to go. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to see if my mother can come with me or something. So then suddenly he decides he wants to go. Of course, this motherfucker had more fun on the trip than I did. But the fact that, he was, I don't know if he was scared or he just was afraid of being outside his normal. I don't know what his problem was, to tell you the truth. I never really asked him. But it just was something new, different, and exciting, and he didn't really want to do it. He was like, not a willing participant. But I made him do it, and then he enjoyed himself, and then, after that he wanted to go back. I'm like, nah, let's go to Jamaica. So that's where we went after that. So we went where I wanted to go, and he just kind of came with me, and he always had a good time. But I was the adventurer, and he was, just a tag along. And unfortunately, ladies, that's the way it's going to be with most of your relationships. You're going to be the one who wants romance and excitement and different things and unique experiences, and he's just going to be like, well, oh no, okay, and he'll come along with you. So women, they often write me in my advice column, and they're complaining that their men don't do anything. The men are romantic. They don't plan events. They don't plan dates. And I'm just saying, if that's what you want, you plan it for yourself and then bring his monkey ass along with you. That's how you got to do it. So you don't make your world boring because his is. You bring him into your excitement. And part of that is not making sure that he understands that he's not running you. You don't have to do it in the way that I do it. Of course, one of my favorite vocabulary routines is profanity. I just love it. I don't know. I just can't get enough of it. You don't have to go there. But what you do have to do is say things to him at unexpected times. You have to be challenging. You have to talk smack to him. If he talks some kind of conversation, you better raise your voice and talk back to that motherfucker. And don't let him, be thinking that he's running you. And that's the most important thing in a relationship, is for the woman to make sure that she makes demands, that she doesn't bow down to him, and that he respects her. And the only way that happens is if you have enough confidence to kind of go against what he's talking about. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of women don't have that confidence. They're very afraid of quote, running the guy off or scaring him off, or how those phrases go, by being contrary or not giving him what he wants. And I'm telling you this, there's two ways that can go. Number one, he asks you for some bullshit and you tell his ass, fuck no. Okay, if he is,
I wish that bitch would tell me.
He'll still stick around. You know what I mean? He's gonna be like, oh, well, okay, and then he'll just go along with your program. if he is the kind of dude who was only out for what he could get anyway, and was going to really try to run things and dominate on you, then he is going to leave. Now, the thing about that's good. It's excellent that he leaves. It's best that he leaves. You want him to leave because you don't want a situation where you're going to be boxed into a relationship with a guy where you're not happy in the relationship. Nothing that you want is given to you where everything is about him. You don't want that kind of relationship.
Wow.
There's a lot of women that have that, though, and they somehow think that makes them a good woman. It makes them good. And I'm thinking, no, it doesn't. It just makes you a dumb bitch because that's the kind of woman that a dude will readily cheat on because he knows that no matter what he does or how he treats you, your ass is going to still be there. See, where the guys with me, they already know. It's like, no, you don't give me what I want every day the way I want it. Motherfucker, I'm out. I'll be chucking up some deuces so fast you won't even know what's happening. And so they know that, and so they, act accordingly. Of course, we still break up, but it's this kind of thing where when the breakup happens, it's not because the relationship wasn't good for me. It's because it just, we just agreed that it wasn't going to work anymore, or we lost interest or whatever. So I think those are the kind of things that you need to consider. Don't be afraid to tell a man no. Don't be afraid to make demands. Some guy asks you, you're spending at your house, and he asks you what's for breakfast. It's like, motherfucker, whatever you cook or whatever you get from takeout, don't bother me. And once you decide that, bring me some and roll over and go back to sleep. You know what I mean? They'll come up with a plan, and they will tend to value you more because you value yourself. And I think that is a very important message that women really need to get, especially black women all up on this.
Look, man, this is
submission.
I'm
not submitting to nobody about nothing for no reason ever. And like I said, sometimes, just because it's a sunny day or because it's Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock, I don't really need a reason. I'm going to just ask the bitch because I feel like it. But because I'm in that mood. And since I'm a moody person anyway, just go.
This is why she's not married.
I don't feel like it. You talking shit, I don't feel like hearing it. You ask me to do something I don't
That's
want
why
to
she's
do.
single.
You want to talk about some shit I don't fucking feel like hearing. And I'm going to just tell you. I don't care. So, I don't know. This is kind of a rambling video. I'm working on one, ladies, about fatherless women and the impact that has on your relationships. I'm going to try to have that up by the end of the week. It's taking me a while to deal with it because I'm interviewing some women and, getting some pertinent information to share with you. So it's not a quick and easy video like most of them that I do. But that will be coming up. I'm also on deck is some red flags to watch for in the early and middle stages of dating. So I got a lot of good stuff in the works for you. It's taking me a little while to do it because, I want to script it out right and make my little outline and everything. Because I don't really write the text. I just write the outline and then I just start talking. And then sometimes I don't even do that. I just start talking like right now. But hopefully that will work for you. If you have any other suggestions, feel free to use the submission form, which will take to my blog, survivingdating.com.
Oh, submission form.
Submit an advice question or an issue that you'd like me to address there. Try not to put them on the comments page because I don't always see them. My cousin does a lot of those, and if she forgets to send it to me, then I may never see it. And so it would be better for you to send it on either a message or to send it via the contact form, the link on Contact Us. Anyway, this is Deb Cooper from survivingdating.com. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Talk to you guys later and hope everyone had a great holiday.
Obsidian, your name's Darth.
All right, brothers. Here we go. All right,
Yo, what the hell?
Hang on. Everybody be cool. I want to go to the professor first and get his reaction. Professor, you have the floor. Do you agree with Miss Darth Hideous, a.k.a. Deborah Cooper, that the way to get a man is to be an utter bitch?
Okay, I'm sorry. First, I have to say I'm still finishing this bottle of Pepto-Bismol after listening to that. Torturous. On a real note, I do have to leave in a second, so I will say this though. I'm going to tell you why I don't have a problem with that. Women like that tend to generally attract very effeminate men. And it's ironic enough, they attract men they don't respect. But at the end of the day, if you want to attract that kind of man, that's cool. The kind of brothers that I interact with are generally not attracted to those kind of women. And I don't even see those kind of partnerships even lasting long enough for there to be an argument. Masculinity and femininity are like magnets. And you'll notice even in gay relationships, you still see those dynamics play out, right? They function like magnets. So the more masculine she comes, the more effeminate the dude she attracts. But at the end of the day, statistically speaking, they find themselves alone. So by all means, I applaud her to continue to enjoy the life she lives, which sounds like, by her own admission, will be functionally, for the most part, alone. But when she does have somebody, it'll be somebody she can control, and that's all well and good. Go do that. The kind of men that I generally respect, they don't really play that. So,
All right. Let me move over to Alan Roger Curry and get his sage insights. What do you make of Darth Hideous, a.k.a. Deborah Cooper's formula? Men love women who don't take their shit. What do you think of that, Alan?
Oh, dude, I'm over here in amazement of it. That shit was brilliant. It was just absolutely fucking brilliant what she did. In that clip, that was fucking brilliant. If she didn't have a guy like Obsidian on the air, oh my God, she might be on her way to becoming a millionaire. Because she sold one of the greatest fantasies that dumbass sisters are willing to listen to. She had sisters writing notes. They was like, oh shit. I mean, come on, man. Let's look at some facts here. I don't want to disparage nobody's list because my mother taught me to be better than that. But come on, we all know how Deb Cooper looks. Now, if she's talking about a motherfucker that's 93 years old, I might believe that shit really happened in real life. But
straight up,
in reality, the shit she described, that never happened. But it makes good podcast material for her demographic audience. Is she sold the fuck out of a fantasy. Because here's the facts. Have any guy on this line ever had a woman come up to them and say, damn, I just can't pull no man because men always tell me I'm too submissive? That has never been said in the history of life by any woman. Even if she was on crack cocaine, it's never been. Those words have never been uttered out of any woman's mouth. Sisters, it's like 70% of them can't find a man, and you think it's because their problem is they're too fucking submissive? Give me a fucking break. That piece contradicts reality and the reality of our own life so much that it's laughable, and that's why I say. In its own weird way, it's brilliant because for those sisters that are naive and impressionable enough to believe that fantasy latent bullshit, then if the only thing I need her to do is do some kind of sales pitch at the end, but if she would have, I'm sure a lot of sisters, for most sisters is to be a bitch and have a man in your bed too. Shit, that's the ultimate fantasy of a lot of these sisters out here, man.
Unbelievable. Beyond it's totally incredulous. You wake up to a guy.
One more thing, and then you can go to the next guy. But I also want to co-sign with what the professor said. Now, in her partial defense, there are some men out here that are so beta, and it usually comes from they had a really super dominant mother, stepmother, aunt, grandmother, that they've been brainwashed. They get to a point where it actually turns them on for a woman to be a bitch towards them and to dominate them. And but the challenge for the woman is, and I had this guest on my show named Katarina Fang, and she broke it down. She was a woman who said she used to be very alpha, and she said she had an easy time attracting beta males with no backbone. But the reality, she said she realized, and I know this already, most women, they ain't sexually turned on by a motherfucker who ain't got no backbone. Women want a financial sub. But as I told guys when I used to do my show, no woman wants a sexual sub. No woman.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what she described was a fucking lie. No woman wants a weak motherfucker sexually. Now, for taking advantage of them financially and for their material possessions and all related to that, yes. But sexually, fuck no.
Not a motherfucking chance.
All right. Absolutely. I know Donovan's been chomping at the bit, so come on, brother. I know you've been chomping at the bit, so let's have it.
Listen.
You were having a connection fit over there. So come on.
Oh, my God. Listen, man, when you told me the title, I already knew what this was going to be. And so she starts talking, and it was confirmation. One thing that I tell all men, if you want to know the secret of finding out the kind of man a woman really wants, ask her the kind of woman she is, and she will give you the roadmap to her panties. This is a textbook projection play by a woman. Deborah Cooper wants a man who doesn't give a fuck about her feelings. Deborah Cooper wants a man to wake up and say, bitch, fuck you. You snore too goddamn loud. We're going to Hawaii. I don't give a fuck what you say. That's the kind of man that wets Deborah Cooper's panties. And so what she's doing is she is projecting the kind of man she wants with this bullshit. She doesn't want an effeminate beta male to wake up with her every morning. She doesn't want a man who's going to cook her breakfast. She wants a man who demands things from her. She literally told us the kind of man that she wants. She said it herself. She says, you have to be demanding. Because if you don't do this, I'm out. Nothing turns a woman on more than a man who demands her to be her best. Never, ever, ever deprive the woman the privilege of working for your time and affection. And Deborah Cooper literally confirmed that to the world with this bullshit podcast. And I agree with you, Alan Roger Curry. There is absolutely no fucking way this happened. She didn't wake up talking about some nigga, talking about some fuck you. Like, are you kidding me with that shit? Like, nobody's buying that shit. So this is what I got from this Deborah Cooper. This was 1,000% projection play. All she was doing was telling us the kind of man she wants, but she can't tell us that. She can't say that out loud because now she loses her business. That's not part of the business model. Women of all races, of all ages, do this. Ask a woman what kind of woman she is, and she'll tell you exactly what kind of man she wants.
Group text from 2484.
Word.
Is Donovan there? Donovan?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you dipped out for a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, what Deborah Cooper did is she did what all American women do, is they project. It's all projection. Like they'll say, like you ask what kind of woman she is. She'll say, well, I'm demanding, and I expect a lot from my man, and I'm a take no prisoner, I'm aggressive, I'm competitive. No, she's not like that because we all know what women say and what women do are two different things. But when she's telling you these things, she's telling you this is what she wants in a man. And again, Deborah Cooper did exactly that. This is the kind of man she wants. So this is the kind of woman she's telling women to be. And, man, dude, I feel sorry for the women who take this chick at her word. Like, are you kidding me? And, again, Alan, you said it best. No woman ever said to anyone, I just can't find a man because I am too submissive. That has never happened.
All right, let me go over to my man Ezra out of NYC. Ezra, you're on the air. You've heard the video of Dark Hideous. What do you make of her sage advice to the ladies to be an utter bitch to a man? He loves it.
What's up, Mumia and your guests? First, I'd like to state that I think women are trying to train men to be that way. Because I hear this bullshit a lot, to tell you the truth. I think there's a growing movement for. Well, I hear a lot of MGTOW guys talk about how women want men to be this way, but in fact, it's actually the opposite. But I was kind of disgusted what I just heard. To me, it sounds
like how unattractive is that? Some bitch gonna say, "Fuck you," Alexis. Hey, for serious. And listen, had that been me, listen. I'm sorry. I'm not an advocate of domestic violence, but if I woke up and some bitch is looking at me like she is proud that she let me stay at her place and says, "Nigga, fuck you." Oh no, she's finna lose some goddamn teeth, bro. Like I ain't even playing with you, man. Like you ain't finna. Like you ain't finna talk to me like that. Oh my god. Oh. Oh man, my bad, Ezra. Go ahead, man. Look, man. I got my blood pressure up, man. I'm pacing back and forth. Goddamn. Go ahead, man. You got it.
Go ahead, Ezra.
She tried to reverse the roles. It sounds like to me, but she went to the extreme because I don't know. I know a lot of guys out there are alpha males. They don't even talk to their women like that. You know, so I think she tried to reverse the roles, but then she reversed the roles, but then went to the extreme. So everything she was saying to me was a lie. I was disgusted when I was heard. I felt that she was misleading all these women, and unfortunately, a lot of black women, not only black women, but a lot of women actually follow bullshit like that. And they realize they're all alone.
Let me move over to area code 443. Area code 443, you're on the air. You heard Dartidius. You heard what she had to say. What do you make of her sage advice to her lady listeners? The way to get a man interested in you is to be an utter bitch.
Full of contradictions.
Go ahead.
Full of contradictions.
Hello?
Dude, talking to your phone, man.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
All right, yes. I said, I'm about that. She's full of contradictions. Full of them. First, she has explained that she broke up with the boyfriend several times. So, in order for her to have an ideal relationship, there has to be some kind of drama involved with it. Because no man, I don't care if you're a beta male or not, you're not going to be sitting there for too long taking that kind of punishment.
That's not true.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
Can I give you an example? Who's that guy that made a movie? He made a movie. He was a friend of Tommy Fenimore. I think he fucked Tommy's girl. I think his last name was Alexander. Timothy Alexander.
Tim Alexander?
Yeah. So Tim Alexander was telling his story of his marriage. He stated that he only had sex with his wife one time in 3 fucking years. Do you guys remember something like that?
Wow.
He fucked his wife one time.
Damn, I didn't know.
No.
Wow.
I wish I had my echo box, because you know what I would do?
That's crazy.
No.
No.
Damn, dude. Yeah, we need your echo effect, Obsidian, for that shit. Damn, dude.
Because there are a lot of men out there like that, unfortunately. And as Mamiya said, and all you guys have stated, these women do not respect these guys. They have alpha dicks on the side that they're getting. But these dudes, they're taking advantage of them financially.
All right, let me give you my quick synopsis of all this while I still got a few more minutes in the program to do so. Let me just break it all down really quickly. Number one, I'm with Donovan. We just want to say for the record that neither the management here at Obsidian Radio Live nor the management of Blog Talk Radio in any way condones violence in intimate relationships. We do not endorse or condone it. Having said that, with the disclaimer out of the way, if Dartidius would have ever even looked like about to fix his jowls to say something like that to me, she would be picking up one jowl in the west and picking up another jowl in the east, because I would be slapping them all in opposite directions, okay, with the quickness, with the wind staff, all right? That's number one. Number two, yes, brothers who actually do something worth doing for society, like Troy in that film Fences, you're something? Yeah, they are boring. They're the boring guys who you depend on to make the doo-doo go down the toilet, to make the lights come on, to eat safe food, to have furniture to sit your fat ass on, to do all the things that you need in a modern 21st century society. Yeah, they tend to be boring. That's right. Your witty, pretty boys, they don't do shit for society. Go to where the pretty boys live. You want to know what you're going to see? Trash. Trash everywhere. And that leads me to the next point. I have zero desire to want to go to Hawaii. None. If it would have been me, I'd have said, yeah, send me a be sure to send me a postcard, you and your mom or whoever you're going with. I'm not going anywhere. I've worked my ass off for nearly 25 years right out of high school, nonstop. And I'm not doing jack. I'm sitting my ass down.
Why is he talking about Hawaii?
Okay? That's what I'm doing. What am I doing? Nothing. That's right. Nothing. I have no desire to go to Aruba, no desire to go to Jamaica, no desire to go to Hawaii. I don't have any desire to go to any of those places or any other places. I'm going to sit my ass down. That's what I'm doing. Period. And if anybody don't like that, if she don't like my boring lifestyle, there's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. Which brings me to my next point. I have no problem with what a woman does in her down the style. She can curse. She can run around the house naked. She can call everybody anything but a child of God. Cool by me. But you're no way in hell you doing that in my crib. Oh no. Oh,
nah,
no.
It ain't going down like that, bro.
Oh no. We don't do that in the house that Obsidian built. Oh no. None of that. None of that right there. Profanity? Excessive profanity from a woman? Oh, no. You think you're going to talk shit? Oh, no. Going to raise your voice in my crib? Oh, no. And see, Deborah Cooper like to talk this smack like she got a Glock. She's going to pull out a Glock. Bitch, I will take the Glock from you, take the clip out, and beam you in the forehead with it. And then kick you the fuck out.
Right.
Okay?
And look, what Deborah did is she confirmed it. She said that she literally confirmed what we already know. She said, well, yeah, most men who have a 9 to 5, they're boring. And then she turned around and said towards the end of her video, she said, you have to be exciting to men. You have to be challenging to men. You have to want to take them places and be non-boring. Again, this is what she wants in a man. She wants a man to challenge her. She wants a man to be unpredictable. That's what this is. All this was a projection play, and most women don't even know they're doing it.
So my thinking is this, fellas. If a lady wants all of that, and if a guy is into that type of setup that you just heard Darth Hideous talking about, God bless him. You know, do your thing. It's a free country. No way in Hades would I even consider it for a nanosecond. No way in Hades. You want to know the reason why the vast majority of black women aren't married? You just heard it.
There you go. There it is.
The bottom line.
That's it. And listen, this is funny because people, and this isn't just a color or gender thing. And we're all of us, we're smart enough to understand that if you want to become wealthy, you consult with wealthy people. If you want to become good with women, you consult with men who are good with women. So if black women want successful relationships with men, if they want to get married and have steady boyfriends, what the fuck are they listening to Deborah Cooper for?
Amen.
Because
and that's a good place for us to
wind up
a nice discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I thank you so much for listening tonight. That is an excellent point to end on. I want to thank my panel, Professor Tia San Johnson, Hardcore Tito, Ezra, Donovan Sharp, Alan Roger Curry, everybody for listening in. Thank you all so much. It has always been a pleasure. This is going to be probably the last informal roundtable of the year. God willing, and the creek don't rise, I will catch everybody in 2017. Brothers, thank you so much. Tomorrow night, we're going to have on the show Paul Elam from AVoiceForMen.com. He played a big role in the development of the film that was talked about earlier, the Red Pill movie. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the men's movement. We're going to be talking about MGTOW, the beta male revolution, as Alan Roger Curry puts it. We're going to be talking about all of that tomorrow, starting at 7 o'clock EST, 7 p.m. EST. You don't want to miss it. Until then, thank you and good night.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year.